Welcome in to Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park for tonight's season finale as your Jacksonville Fighting Indians take on the Texas High Tigers. Welcome to our countdown to kickoff. I'm Ryan Travis, joined by Todd Travis and Lee Traylor in the booth. And joining us down on the field is none other than the man in the hat, Matt Montgomery. And Matt, it's a great night for football here in Texarkana. Jacksonville has their toughest test so far this season tonight against top-ranked Texas High.
That's definitely an understatement, Ryan. The number one team in the state, and a lot of polls, I know Texas Football Magazine has Texas High at number one at 8-0. You're catching them after a bye week, and you got them at home on senior night. So it's a tall task tonight for the Jacksonville Fighting Indians. And so this is a great Texas High team. They're loaded with seniors. They have some outstanding underclassmen as well, no less than 8 Division I's on this football team. Knew that they were going to be this good from the beginning of the year, and they've definitely shown that. So it's a tall task for Jacksonville to come in here. Of course, this is the last game for Jacksonville. There's still one more week. Jacksonville, of course, was the lone team in District 7-5A Division II that got the bye week at the end of the season, which somebody has to take that, and this year it's Jacksonville, and next year it will be Jacksonville. So this is the finale for the Fighting Indians, and they're playing a Texas High team that is expected to make a deep run in the Class 5A Division II playoffs.
I mean, yeah, this is a really good Texas High team. They put up a lot of points this year. I mean, it's going to be a tall task for Jacksonville tonight against Texas High, and I mean, I would think this team has a really good chance of winning state this year.
They do. They won the state championship in 2002, and obviously they've made it several deep in the playoffs multiple years. They're just an outstanding program. I mean, they're good all the way up. They're averaging 557 yards per ball game offensively. They have some dudes on their team. Of course, their biggest dude they have is just a junior. He's number 3, Darian Ball. He running back. Actually, he's kind of a slot wing back. The real running back is Javari Johnson. He's their leading rusher. He's a senior. But Ball is an Oregon commit. So if you're committed to the Oregon Ducks as a junior, you have a pretty impressive stature in high school football in the state of Texas.
Absolutely. I mean, it's no small feat to be, Oregon, are they number 1 right now? Is that right?
It just depends on the poll. I mean, like I said, Texas Football Magazine has them number 1, but they're number 3 in the coaches poll. They're number
I was speaking of Oregon.
I'm sorry.
Are they
Oregon.
currently number 1?
Oh, you're talking about – yeah, Oregon is number 1, yes.
To be fair, if the Oregon Ducks were eligible to play in 5A high school football in Texas, I would imagine they would be ranked number 1.
Let me get my ducks lined up here.
Get your ducks in a row. That's right.
Yeah, get my ducks in a row. So, yes, Oregon is number 1 at least for now.
Yeah,
the way college football is, who knows?
Yeah, I mean they're a top team. I mean I think they won the college football playoff a couple years ago. So I mean, Tredarian Ball being recruited by Oregon. I mean he's a special player for sure.
Yeah, and David Potter, their quarterback, 6'4", 200 pounds. He can throw the football. They just have all the weapons. And Jason Holman said that's not even the best part of Texas High's football team. He said the best part of their football team is their defense. He said they're stingy, they're fast, they're strong, and Jacksonville is definitely going to have to, they've got their work cut out. Now let's talk about the Jacksonville Fighting Indians. Obviously it's been a tough season. They're coming in at 1-8, and the big story tonight would be, in my opinion, and they've talked about it this week, Didi Mares is 43 yards short of 1,000 yards. And that's kind of one of the things that, it is one of the things that Jacksonville would love to get accomplished tonight. Fighting Indians have not had a 1,000-yard rusher as a running back since 2006 when Carmen Boyd Anderson did it, and he went on to play for Kansas in the Big 12. Jacksonville has had a couple of 1,000-yard rushers. It was Cam High is junior, senior at quarterback, but for running backs, Jacksonville's just not had it. Of course, a lot of that has to do with the type of offenses and the styles, throwing the ball around in those spread offenses that we've seen so many years in Jacksonville. This year, obviously, Jacksonville changed and went to just a full-time running attack, running the ball 75% of the time. And Didi Mars has been the beneficiary of that. He's done a great job. Offensive line's done a great job. It's going to be a tall task tonight, in my opinion, just to get the 43 yards on this stingy Texas High defense. But that's the goal for Jacksonville this week.
I do think it is 47, Matt.
Is it 47?
I think it's 47. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got him. I think the screenshot you sent from Max Preps the other day had him at 953 yards on the season.
Okay. So it's 47.
47.
Yeah,
but
that's the magic number.
It's going to be a tall task tonight. I mean, I think he had 97 roughly last week. And, I mean, Mount Pleasant was coming in with a one win last week, and Dede and really just Jacksonville in general really struggled to run the ball. And I mean, you're going up against the number one team in the state. It's going to be a tough night for Dede, but I'm really pulling for him. I'm hoping he can find some creases and pick up some maybe big chunk yards on a couple plays to cut into that 47.
And that's all he needs is a crease. Dede's really good at getting in that spot and planting that foot and getting up the field. And last week against Mount Pleasant, that's the best one-win team I've ever seen. I mean, in fact, their defensive line, and this is why Jacksonville struggled so much last week running the football. That's the best D-line Jacksonville has played this year in Mount Pleasant. How they'd won one game, I don't know. At some points of the game, it looked like they had 14 guys on the field. They were looping and stunting, and boy, Jacksonville just could never get untracked. And tonight is a tall task as well. I mean, Mount Pleasant, that was a 29-7 Texas High win over Mount Pleasant. A couple of weeks ago, Mount Marshall came up here, and it got to within 1 point of Texas High. And Jacksonville played Marshall quite well in the first half. So I'm kind of like that movie Jim Carrey. So you're saying there's a chance. Well, I'm trying to be optimistic here. It's a good football team in Texas High, and Jacksonville they just got to come in here, do what they've been doing, running the ball. But the biggest thing they've got to stay away from, and we talked about this when we were at dinner tonight, you got to stay away from the mistakes. That's what costs you everything. And Jacksonville can go to every single loss they've had this year, and they can pick out 4 or 5, maybe 6 plays in each game that probably cost them the game. I know there's been some lopsided scores, but when you have those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays, they snowball on you. So
they do, and the mistakes were a big factor last week. I mean, Jacksonville was up 8-0 early in that game, and then you have a pick six, and you have a dropped punt snap that they scoop and score, and suddenly you're down at halftime, and the offense hasn't even scored a touchdown for your opponent.
That's been the MO this year for Jacksonville. They just seem to play so well, and I'm thinking I mentioned the Marshall game. You can go back to the Nacogdoches, the first district game. Jacksonville's going in down 7 going into the fourth quarter, and you feel pretty good about where you are, and then all of a sudden you have a couple of bad plays, and then it snowballs into something worse. You snowball in this game, and it can get ugly in a hurry, and so hopefully Jacksonville can control the ball. They're going to kick off. They've already tossed the coin, so I'll go ahead and throw that out there. Jacksonville will be on defense first to start the game.
I mean, I think that's been a good call so far this season, is kicking off, putting your defense on the field first. It seemed to work pretty well for Jacksonville.
It has done well. I mean, a couple times Jacksonville's gone down and scored first in their ball games, but that didn't work out well for them. But there's a lot of things that hasn't worked out well. Again, I'll say it again. Stay away from those 4, 5, 6 plays. If you can do that. The only game they did that was Brownsboro, and that was their lone win. I know Brownsboro is not Texas High, not even close, okay? But they didn't make the mistakes, the unforced errors that has hurt them so bad in some of their losses this year.
Definitely. Matt, it's almost time for us to send it over to Inside the Huddle. Before we do, I want to go ahead and take a look at our spotlight player of the game for this week, and that is Josh Gaskin. So Josh is a senior H-back and linebacker. He's been a big part of this Jacksonville team this season. He's a great kid. Here he always has a really positive attitude. And for much of the season, he was the leading receiver, catching multiple passes out of the backfield. Josh has done a great job blocking for the Jacksonville running backs and has really stepped up on defense when his name's been called. So if you're watching at home tonight, make sure to keep an eye on our final spotlight player of the season, number 11, Josh Gaskin.
I love Josh Gaskin. He's one of those program players. He has just had an outstanding career for Jacksonville. He's a leader on the field, off the field, and I'm really proud of him and the way that he has stepped up his senior year and played some pretty good ball this year.
Absolutely. Well, it's about that time, so let's go ahead and send it over to hear from head coach Jason Holman on this week's Inside the Huddle, brought to you by All Smiles Dentistry.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
It's time for Inside the Huddle with head football coach and athletic director Jason Holman. Coach, tough loss last week. You jumped out to an 8-0 lead over a Mount Pleasant team that they may have had one win, but they had some dudes on that team. And you jumped out to the lead, and it's just those mistakes that seemed to happen just took the momentum away quickly.
Yeah, the critical errors with the interception for a touchdown, the drop snap on the punt that they blocked and then scored a touchdown on. Just killer that set us back. And, it's one of those things that we've not managed to avoid very often this year that we've got to get a handle on.
Of course, Drew got the start, went the whole game this week, and that was a different look. And of course, you went down, you scored on not your opening drive, but I think the second possession. And so things were looking really good. But man, it just looked like Mount Pleasant was playing with 14 guys on defense. They had a lot of speed.
Yeah, they overwhelmed us in the box and put us in a situation where we had to throw. And in hindsight, we probably should have done some things with Drew that were specific for him and kind of narrowed down what he needed to do for us at quarterback and use Trent in other situations. And they overwhelmed us with numbers up front, and we just did not perform very well offensively all night.
And you look at the score and you think, oh man, the defense. It's not that the defense. I think there was only 3 offensive touchdowns by Mount Pleasant. Your offense gave up 3.
Yeah. Yeah, from defensive standpoint, I thought we were playing really well early. We had some lapses in the secondary, let some balls get caught on us late. But, for the most part, the entire night I thought we played fairly decent defense.
Let's look at the highlights. Jacksonville versus Mount Pleasant. Coach, we open here with Drew hitting Dante for 35.
Yeah, Dante's done a great job for us all year, being, a guy that we can rely on in the passing game, did a great job of catching it and get some yards after the catch.
Great reach back here by Zeke. Dials hits him for 26.
Yeah, it's good to see Zeke get involved in catching the ball, and good job going up and high pointing it.
And here's the touchdown, Dials for 6.
Yeah, it's a good job by Drew getting vertical, letting the blocks develop.
Get a 4th down and 3 stop here, Josh. Michael Taylor, 2-yard TFL.
Yeah, I thought this was big, early on. They were feeling pretty bold about going for it, and we managed to stop them.
Tipped by Ty Lindsey, and Brendan gets the pickoff.
Yeah, it was a great job at settling in the zone there by Brendan. Wish he'd gone the other direction, gotten to the near sideline, but a good job getting the interception.
Here's Drew hitting Zeke. Another big catch for 30.
Yeah, it's a little bit underthrown. He might have scored off of it if we'd have led him with the football, but good job converting, getting the catch.
And here's the safety. Zeke comes up, and Michael Miles, they get the quarterback in the end zone for that safety.
Yeah, it's a great job by Zeke fitting, and then Mike helping him out there.
Here's a keeper by Drew for 15 on a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, it's a good job reading. I had some guys chasing the ball, and Drew pulled it and made a good gain out of it.
Coach, your players of the game for Mount Pleasant.
We only had 2 this week, kind of given the situation, but I thought Calvin Boyd played very well for us up front defensively. Probably his best game that we've seen from him. Was very active, had a sack, and had a couple of tackles for losses. And then in special teams, we had Jordan Dorsey, who blocked a field goal, or extra point there that we almost had a chance to return. Had we been able to secure the ball, we might have gotten it down the field and gotten some points out of.
Yeah, Calvin was our defensive player of the game too, so we were thinking alike there. He had a great game.
Yeah, just doing a great job using his hands, not staying blocked, and just being active, resetting the line of scrimmage. So he's done a really good job for us this year. So, Coach, it's Texas High in Texarkana, last game. This is a team, Texas football has them number 1 in the state. Everybody knows how good they are. They're undefeated. It's a challenge for your football team. Yeah, no question. I think the thing you have to do as a player is you can't give them more credit than what they're due. Obviously, they're a good football team, and we know that. We've played good football teams. Marshall's a good football team that's ranked as well. So, it's just one of those things where we've got to control what we can control, which is us, and it's always about us. And, how we execute on the field. Obviously, we've got to take care of the football. They're fast, they're aggressive. They can force you into some things if you try to press, you don't stick to the plan, and they'll take advantage of you if you throw a ball, just float a ball up in the air, or if you don't hang on to it. So we've got to be very careful and control the football and maintain possession of it. And then from a defensive standpoint, they've got some threats. They've got a good quarterback who distributes the ball very well. They've got a really, really good receiving core, running back core, got some speed. And, we've got our work cut out for us this week, keeping them under control. We're going to have to find a way to take the ball away from them and try to steal a possession or two from them.
Yeah, from a commonality standpoint, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Texas High Marshall played. Marshall catches up with them, goes for 2, doesn't get it. They lose by 1. And then you play Marshall and the next week, and man, your defense, it's 7-0 in the middle of the second quarter. How do your players, you think, look at a game like, okay, we played with Marshall until we just didn't get any offense generated, and you compare that to how they played against Texas High, I'm talking about Marshall. How does that help your confidence going into the game?
Well, I mean, it should. I mean, it shows what we're capable of. Obviously, we've got to put points on the board to beat any type of ranked team like that, or to beat anybody for that matter, but it ought to mean something, you know. And, you know, I just reflect on my own. As a player, I would much rather play someone that's highly touted and kind of see what they're all about rather than play somebody that's not. So it's a challenge. We got to go there. It's a little bit of a bus ride to get there. Got to play at their place and all of that. But it's a football game. They put their pants on one leg at a time just like we do. And we've just got to do our job, and we've got to come out wanting to play.
Coach, one thing that has been really consistent about your football team this year, besides running the ball well, is turnovers. I mean, your defense has been creating turnovers. This is the kind of game that, you know, turnovers could make a difference.
Yeah, certainly. And anything we can do to get the ball out of their hands, because they're very explosive, certainly is going to be a benefit to us. You know, we've got to do a great job of keeping them underneath us in the secondary and swarming the ball on offense, because they've got some threats that can go if you turn them loose.
So getting Drew back at quarterback, and I know Trent's still in the mix, obviously, but different looks that your offense has. What are the keys that your offense needs to do this week against Texas High?
Well, I mean, we just got to have an identity. And, you know, we struggled with that last week, trying to put some things together that we felt like Drew could do, given the situation where he's been out for well over half the season. And, you know, I think going into this week, a little more like I alluded to earlier, going to be more package plays, kind of limit what he's going to have to do at the quarterbacking position, utilize Trent for some of the other that we've done throughout the year, which hopefully makes us a little more multiple than we were last week, just trying to keep the play limit down and the schemes down for Drew so that he could be successful. So we got to be smart in that regard. We've got to obviously they've got some defensive players that are really good. Got an end in particular that'll hurt you in the pass rush, and we're going to have to be very smart in how we protect and when we throw the football and how we block certain individuals for them, knowing their strengths. So, you know, got to get a running game going. Of course, we got to find a way to get the ball down the field when they just overwhelm us with numbers.
Finally, Coach, last game, wrapping up here against, arguably the district champion. What has been your message to your team this week?
Well, you know, we want these seniors to go out as a winner. And, you know, it's been disappointing, obviously, with the results as far as where we've fallen as far as wins and losses. But ultimately, you get a chance to go play number one. You get a chance to go out there and compete one more time. We want our guys to come out feeling like they're winners. We want our guys to go out and compete at a high level, understanding that they can play with people when their mind's right and we're executing and we're doing things we need to. So, you know, just try to maintain positive attitude, and we've shortened practice a little bit throughout the week and just trying to keep us a little fresher, a little more focused on what we did. I got asked why we shortened it. I said we shortened it because we need better quality. And, you know, if we take a little bit off your load and try to keep you fresh, we're hoping what we get during practice is higher quality than if we were going longer. So not shortened it because of the situation, just shortened it because of what we want our kids' mentality to be.
That's Inside the Huddle with Jason Holman. I'm Matt Montgomery. Let's go back to the booth.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. Jacksonville has made their way out of the locker room, getting stretched back out to get ready to go. We got about 6.5 minutes remaining here before kickoff. This is our countdown to kickoff, and this part of our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by our good friends Gene Brumbelow and Ann Farmer of the South Jackson Dairy Queen. So big thanks to them for sponsoring our countdown to kickoff.
Nice night for football. It's we were talking about coming in. We haven't really had a game where it was really cold, and tonight's about as cool as it was a few weeks ago when we had that first norther come through. But we thought we saw a little rain coming in, and I talked to some of the guys in the booth, the weather forecasters, and they said they didn't think there was going to be any rain, but it sure looked like it when we came in.
When we walked up here in the press box, it was misting pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like it was, and it looked like it was about to come down on us. But so far so good. We got a pretty strong breeze coming out of the north, maybe the east a little bit, but might have a little bit of effect on the kicking game and maybe the high, the deep passing game. You get up in there up in the wind. So we expect to see Drew Dials back at quarterback for Jacksonville tonight, but there will be some other packages that we may see the sophomore Trent Clater get in. Trent didn't get in last week, and they were trying to establish more of a Drew Dials-led type of offense with his ability to do the zone read. Didn't work out as well, so maybe they'll change some things this week because, again, you're going against a Texas High defense. It doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to put packages in that they haven't already seen by watching your previous 9 ball games. So we'll see how Jacksonville comes out tonight. They will have their defense out on the field to start the game.
Yeah, it was really good to see Drew back last week. He really added a different dynamic to the offense that we haven't seen with Trent back there. And, Trent's had a pretty good season so far, and you'd like to see him come in and make some plays tonight. And both quarterbacks saying that. You got to have a spark on offense tonight for sure if you're going to be able to move the ball against Texas High.
Well, I expect great things out of Trent in the next couple of years. Again, a 10th grader. Wasn't expected to be the quarterback for 2024 for Jacksonville, but he stepped in and he's done an admirable job, and he still has a lot. He'll tell you he still has a lot to learn. But going back to Drew Dials, I saw the X-ray of that collarbone after he broke it in the first game against Center. I thought there's no way he's coming back. He chose surgery so he could come back, and that says a lot about Drew wanting to finish out his senior year. Even though Jacksonville was not having the best year, he wanted to come back, and certainly he came back strong in the last couple of weeks, and he'll finish up his career tonight here at Grimm Stadium in Texarkana. I know that Lee Treader's been a little frustrated that we don't have a clock anywhere. And
we do not.
It's not anywhere in sight, and you say, well, how do you play without a clock? It's on the scoreboard, but they clearly have sold some advertising that they want to make sure that they get up there before the game clock. I never have liked that. I'm like Lee. I think Henderson does that, where they keep the game clock on the scoreboard. What if the scoreboard goes out?
Yeah.
Then what do you do? So there you go.
Here comes the Tribe. Jacksonville making their way out of the headdress run-through.
I wouldn't say frustrated. I would go more irate, frankly.
I was just letting Coach Holman know they already did the national anthem while both teams were in the locker room, so that was a little bit different. We haven't seen that yet. They usually wait to do that until both teams are out on the field. So we'll see. They'll do, obviously, the coin toss. I don't know if there will be a prayer. We'll see as the pregame continues. It's senior night here at Texarkana.
Let's welcome to the field your Texas High Tigers.
Texas High now about to make their way out of their run-through. Got about 2.5 minutes remaining here before kickoff. Texas High got a little hype video going on here on the scoreboard.
A little Jumbotron action, and got the Texas flag down there at the run-through, about to wave that thing and coming out. We first came here on this remodeled stadium in 2010, and the old stadium used to be right next door, and they've redone it and done a heck of a job. I just can't believe they built this stadium with the sidelines so tight. I don't know if y'all can tell where the
it's real tight over there.
It is very tight, and Coach Holman and I were talking about that. He said he doesn't know if he's been in a stadium that, maybe it has been this close to the wall over here. And they do have padding on the wall, so they did get that part right in case somebody goes out of bounds.
Well, that's good. But, yeah, on the far sideline, I'm sure you'll be able to see at some point tonight on the broadcast, there is not much room between where the orange stops and where the bleachers begin.
Yeah, I'm walking over to it right now, and it's about 3 yards between that orange and the wall. As Texas High finally makes their run through with their team. a senior-dominated team is Texas High, and as you said earlier before Inside the Huddle, this is a Texas High team that expects to make a deep run in the playoffs. They still have one more game to go next week, and I did not look at my schedule to see who they play. Of course, we've already talked about this is Jacksonville's finale as they have the bye week next week on November the 8th. So captain's now getting ready to come out for the ceremonial coin toss. As I said earlier, Jacksonville won the toss. Jason Holman did the right flip, called it right, and he decided to defer to the second half, so we'll see the Jacksonville Fighting Indian defense on the field first.
And Texas High plays Nacogdoches to end up their schedule after Jacksonville.
NAC, there you go. And
that will be at NAC next week.
Yeah, the only thing that's really up in the air right now is the third and fourth place team, who's going to get those slots, and it'll be between, White House, Hallsville, and who am I leaving out? Marshall's going to get that second spot. Texas High is going to win it. So White House, Hallsville, and who's the other team I'm leaving out?
NAC?
No, it's not NAC. I think
Mount
they're
Pleasant?
out. Mount Pleasant. That's who it is, Mount Pleasant. Yeah, with their 2 wins. That's right. They're still alive. Zeke Whitaker, the senior, representing Jacksonville, along with another couple of seniors, Jamario Coleman, number 64, and Dante Simmons, number 7. Fighting Indians were unable to play the junior varsity game last night due to multiple reasons, most of them injuries, and so Coach Holman and Texas High, they decided to call the JV game off, so Coach Holman brought several junior varsity players with him tonight. They've suited up. Not sure how much if they'll play at all, but nice, good support, nice numbers here on the field for the Fighting Indians.
We do finally have a scoreboard in the stadium.
There you go. I see it.
Less irate now. Now I'm too frustrated. We're coming down.
Now you're comfortable. All right, so Jacksonville looks like Jacksonville's going to get the win in the first quarter, starting on defense, as Texas High will be going from right to left on your video screen. Glad you can join us here on JISDlive.com. It's the Fighting Indians, Texas High, the finale for the Fighting Indians, going up against, depending on what poll you look at, anywhere from number 1 to number 4 ranked Texas High, 8-0, averaging 566 yards per ball game, 8 Division I's on this team. But as Coach Holman said on Inside the Huddle, they put their pants on just like we do. Still got to play.
That'd be one pant leg at a time.
Oh, is that how you do it? I just jump in them. So we have a little razzmatazz on the PA tonight. Kind of reminds, we were talking about that on the way over, and some of the venues that we've gone to, like Center and places. It's always interesting when you go to other schools and you haven't played them before in their home stadium, just to hear how they choreograph their ball games.
Yeah,
different things. It's interesting.
It's definitely one of my favorite things. One of the things that makes high school football my favorite sport is how each school and each town kind of has their own set of rituals, their own way they handle stuff like the PA, and so it's fun to go get a sense for what other schools choose to do at a high school football game.
Yeah, if you're coming to Jacksonville, you know you're going to get some trains.
That's right.
That's definitely going to happen. You know you're going to be able to look over that south wall and see the Dairy Queen sticking up there. Dairy Queen sign.
Up for the kickoff.
Damian Diaz lined up to kick tonight to start us off, as Casey Cardenas will come in later in the game.
Yeah, I predict he's not going to kick it deep to Jadarian ball number 3. He's kicking it short, and they're going to fair catch it.
Diaz boots this one over to the left side. Fair caught by Braylon Pearson. So Texas High will take over 1st and 10 from just inside their 30-yard line to start this game.
So the quarterback, he's a good one. David Potter, the 2-year starter, 6'4", 200 pounds, has thrown for 1,700 yards in their first 8 ball games. And he has some weapons, obviously, on offense. Leading rusher Javari Johnson, number 4. So let's see if the Jacksonville defense on this deferral, going on defense first, how they can do here.
2 receivers left, 1 right for Texas High. Potter looking over the middle, finds his man, pass complete to Knox Pilgreen, has lots of room to run, gets a good block, stiff arms the Jacksonville defender and goes in for the score.
First play of the game, Texas High does what they do, and they score in a hurry. Jacksonville's got a player down in the end zone. They can't afford to lose anybody. They came over here injured, and let's see who that is. But boy,
Harrison Penn.
Yeah, Harrison just took a shot. He was trying to make the tackle on Pilgreen, and Pilgreen just lowered his shoulder and just drilled Harrison Penn, who's still sitting in the end zone. First play, score for Texas High, 75 yards for the score. I think they're going to go check on Harrison, so let's take a break.
We'd like to thank this week's team meal sponsor, Hubert Glass Oil Company. Thank you for your valued support of Jacksonville Athletics.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. Texas High takes the lead on the first play of the game, and now in for the extra point, we have Franklin Delk. Extra point from Delk is up and good. So that will make the score 7-0 Texas High. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life. I'm a registered investment advisor with the state of Texas and chartered financial consultant. Whether you need portfolio management or comprehensive financial planning, I can help you. Call me for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High takes an early 7-0 lead over Jacksonville. Now set to kick this one away for the Tigers. It's number 46, Franklin Delk.
Brendan Richards, good to see him deep for Jacksonville. He was in concussion protocol and passed, I believe, yesterday, so he's back deep for Jacksonville.
Delk going to boot this one a couple deep in the end zone, goes out for a touchback. So Jackson will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25. And we will see what this Indians offense can do tonight.
Once again, if you didn't join us pregame, Didi Mares, 47 yards away from 1,000 yards, would be the first Jacksonville running back to hit 1,000 since Carmen Boyd Anderson. And what year was that, Matt?
2006. So it's Trent Clater getting the start at quarterback. He'll be joining the backfield by Didi.
Dante Simmons, the lone receiver for the Indians on first down. Handoff goes to Didi. Not much there for Didi Mares. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Crew Kirkendall, 5'10", 210. It's not a massive defensive front for Texas High like you would think, a team of their stature. I mean, they're just not that big. I mean, they're okay, but Jacksonville matches up with them pretty good size-wise. They're just strong, they're physical, and they are just fast.
No gain, 2nd down 10.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Indians. Going to send one receiver each way. Clater takes the snap. Going to hand this one off to Didi, trying to find some room around the right side. Not much there. Didi cuts it back, brought down. Going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah, Jacksonville has struggled on the offensive line this year with teams that get off the block well. They've played some teams that did not, and they had a lot of success running the football, like Nacogdoches and Brownsboro, and a little bit of Henderson some. But, it seems like since Jacksonville got in district play, teams like Mount Pleasant, of course tonight Texas High and White House, they did a fantastic job of just getting off the block, sliding down the line of scrimmage, and just turning plays like that where Diddy's trying to get it to the outside, turning it back in.
So third, looks like 12 for Jacksonville. Clater gets the snap, flag comes in quickly.
See the call, usually it's against the offense. False start.
False start on Jacksonville, so that'll back them up 5, so it'll be 3rd and 17.
Well, Texas High scored on the first play of the game, and Jacksonville offensively is looking at 3rd and long. It's just not a great start for Jacksonville, obviously. See if Jacksonville can get a pocket formed here for Trent to make a throw.
Clater dropping back, looking to his left, finds Dante, quickly met. He's going to pick up about 7.
It's a good play.
I think he's going to pick up about 9, but it's going to be 4th and about 9.
Yeah, nice tight throw there by Clater on that tunnel screen, led him perfectly, and then Dante planted his foot, and man, he was just one tackle away from maybe getting 3 or 4 more yards, not really to get the first down, but to get him at least out of a hole here. So Damian Diaz will be punting here for Jacksonville.
Diaz in to punt this one away for the Indians. Low snap back, bounces to him, handles it well. This one high and to the right. Going to hit just inside the out-of-bounds line and make a good Jacksonville hop to about midfield. So Texas High will take over now, 1st and 10 from the 50.
That's Diaz's first punt, I believe, this year, and it didn't start off very well, but it finished up much better than it started with the bounce down the sidelines, but it still gives a short field to Texas High just inside the 50, at about the 49 of Texas High.
David Potter set to receive the snap. Javari Johnson in the backfield. Handoff goes to him. Good coverage from Jacksonville's defense. Drew Dials in on the tackle.
Nice tackle by Dials. Playing from a linebacker position.
Pick up a 2 there for Javari Johnson, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
This is where it's tough when you put them a little bit behind the chains here, throwing the ball. Texas High is very adept here.
Potter going to hand this one off to Johnson once again around the right side.
Good cleanup by Calvin.
Calvin Boyd able to bring him down, so it's going to be 3rd and 4.
It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Jacksonville doing a nice job the last 2 plays getting off the block, like I talked about a moment ago with Texas High defensively. Jacksonville sliding down the line, doing a nice job getting under the pads and getting off and making the tackle. 3rd and 4.
2 receivers left, 1 right for the Tigers. Potter going to hand this one off to Johnson. Again, has a big hole, lots of room to run, gets through the Jacksonville defense, and Johnson will go in for the touchdown.
Well, that's what Jason Holman talked about it inside the huddle. He said, just when you think you've got them, it's 3rd and 4, and you're playing pretty good, and they can just pop it on you like that. That's how fast they are. Just needed a crease to Javari Johnson. Gets the 2nd score of the game for the Tigers, 13-0.
Franklin Delk in now to attempt the extra point for Texas High. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. And this kick from Delk is up and good. So Texas High stretches it out to 14-0 over Jacksonville. 8:05 left here in the first. Take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Gene Brumlow, class of '66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High on the board once again, 14-0 now the score, 8:05 left in the first. Franklin Delk in to boot this one away for the Tigers.
4 offensive plays, 2 scores. That's how quickly the Tigers can put points on the board.
Low driving kick from Delk. This one hits a yard and the end zone, goes out for a touchback. So Jacksonville will take over once again, 1st and 10 from their own 25.
I think we talked about the Marshall game versus Texas High a couple of weeks ago, and that was interesting. I mean, it was 43-21, the lead by Texas High over Marshall, and Marshall comes back. And, I mean, I could see how that could happen with some of the weapons that Marshall has. I'm a little surprised that because they seemed a little bit undisciplined, but not that night. They came back and they went for 2. They went for the win, and they didn't get it, and they lost 43-42. But impressive ball game, and basically for the district championship between those two teams, they'll finish 1 and 2. So here's Jacksonville with their 2nd offensive possession.
Diaz in the backfield with Mares and Clater on this one. Handoff goes to Dede. Nothing really there for him around the left side. Going to lose one. It'll be 2nd and 11.
I tell you, those 47 yards Dede needed coming into the ball game, they're going to be hard to come by tonight.
On the play, 2nd down and 11.
It has been all Tigers so far as we move toward the 7-minute mark of this first quarter.
Two receivers out wide right, Zeke and Dante for Jacksonville. Handoff, though, going to go to Dede around the left side. Not much there for Dede. Going to pick up about 3, though.
Just not a lot there. I mean, Dede was just trying to hesitating like he normally does so well before he can find that crease. And the problem is that crease isn't coming. It's not opening up. And so he just has to put his head down and push the pile forward, and he does for a couple. But it's 3rd and 8.
One receiver each way this time for the Indians. Trent Clater and Dede Mares in the backfield. Clater looking to his left, fires this one downfield, finds Dante. Big gain for Jacksonville.
What a throw by the sophomore Trent Clater. Great route by Dante. He faked the slant and then went straight up the sideline, and you saw a little pump fake by Trent Clater, and that froze the corner, allowing Dante to get by him, and then Trent just delivers an absolute strike to Dante Simmons for the first EAG Ford first down for Jacksonville.
Yeah, big completion there for Trent Clater to Dante Simmons. First EAG Ford first down, like you said, Matt. And gets Jacksonville inside Tiger territory down to the 36.
Drew Dials will check in at quarterback now for Jacksonville as the Fighting Indians mix up their offense some here. Jacksonville has mixed up themselves, so they're going to have to burn their first time out.
And we'll take it with them back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 1st and 10 for Jacksonville from the Tiger 36-yard line. Drew Dials going to keep this one himself. Has some room around the left side. Pretty good pickup there on 1st down for Drew Dials.
Nice run. Jacksonville just pulling everybody. Cam Thompson, Boyd coming around. Luis. And, boy, did he get behind his pads. Drew Dials for the 8-yard gain, and he will stay in at quarterback. I thought I saw Trent run out there, then he ran back off. So Drew, after the 8-yard pickup, will stay in.
So 2nd and 3, 5.5 minutes remaining now in the first quarter. Drew Dials in at quarterback with Didi Maras in the backfield. Handoff goes to Didi this time, up the middle. Good burst, gets him enough yardage for an EAG Ford 1st down.
Just a kind of a draw play right there. As Drew took the snap, he kind of lifted his shoulders up in the football like he was going to try to throw it downfield, and then he just dropped it, and here comes Didi, full speed. Gets the EAG Ford 1st down to the 25 of T-High.
Dials once again in at quarterback for Jacksonville. This handoff going to go to Didi once again. Not much there this time, though, for Didi. I think he's going to lose a yard on the play.
Just a pileup right there led by Aaron Kelly. And he is one of the few 10th graders on this team, 6'2", 200. So they got a big defensive tackle. I was talking about size earlier. Duncan McGee, 6'4", 275 at right defensive tackle. He's also a guy that has been messing things up for Jacksonville.
Dials going to keep this one himself. Has a hole up the middle. Big run for Drew Dials. Another EAG Ford 1st down and inside the Tiger 15.
What a great job on that right side. Mike Taylor, Calvin Boyd. Nice blocking. Just a great read that time by Drew Dials, faking it to Didi and just pulling it when he saw that defensive end go toward Didi Maras. Fighting Indians, another 1st down at the Tiger 13.
One receiver each way for the Indians. Drew going to hand this one off to Didi up the middle. Didi still fighting for some yards, gets inside the Texas High 10-yard line, finally marked down at the 8.
That's a solid 5-yard pickup for Didi. Indians chipping away right here. If you remember a Marshall game a couple of weeks ago, Jacksonville did not get inside the 30 of Marshall all night long, and here they are at the Texas High 8-yard line.
This has been a big drive for Jacksonville, too. Not just, in the game, but offensively to find some rhythm here against Texas High tonight has been huge. Great
point. Down 14. Yeah, you had to have this drive. Now get some points.
Diaz goes in motion. Dials going to keep it himself, trying to get around the left side. A host of Tigers there to make the stop. I think he's going to get back to it. Looks like they're going to actually mark him a yard back, so it'll be 3rd and 6 now.
Yeah, I think the success that you're going to see Drew Dials have tonight, and he's going to check out. No, he's staying in. They're waving him back in. The success he's going to have is not bending that to the outside as much. You got away with one a minute ago. But if you can try to run Texas High, if you try to outrun them to the sidelines, you're not going to win that race. They're so fast. And we saw him pop one a minute ago, but he also had a bevy of blockers. That time it was just a naked look. But Trent checks in, and Drew is staying in at the H-back position.
Trent Clater in the backfield now with Didi Maras. Fakes the handoff, looking over the middle for Drew Dials. Drew got his hands on it, but looks like it's going to be picked off.
Just run that ball.
Darnell Williams.
I run that ball right there. Oh, man.
Darnell Williams, the defensive back, that picked off Trent Clater right there. Move under 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
I mean, the field shortens right there. You got all those athletes back there. I just don't want to throw that ball in there like that. And it was a good throw by Trent. Good decision as far as like where he was trying to deliver the ball to Drew Dials. But there was 3 guys around Drew, and he just got out-jumped, did Drew. And that denies Jacksonville some points right there when you had it at the 8-yard line. That's painful. That reminds me of last week when Jacksonville had it 1st and goal at the 1, and they didn't get in.
So after the touchback, Texas High takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Potter dropping back, looking to his right, over his man. That one intended for Knox Pilgreen. Incomplete.
Well, good pressure by Jordan Dorsey right there. Something that senior for Jacksonville has done all year long is get those big, long arms up. Potter looked like he felt the pressure, and ball sailed on him, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Two receivers left, one right for Texas High. Potter looking to his right once again. This time connects with his receiver. Quickly wrapped up by some Modric Kincaid, but a pretty good pickup there on 2nd and 10.
That's going to be 1st down. He's waving the chains as the forward motion carried him beyond the sticks. So T-High gets the 1st down as we go toward 2 minutes here in the first quarter, 14-0 T-High. As Jacksonville got down to the 8-yard line a minute ago when they had one of those killer plays, an interception in the end zone to deny him the points.
Two receivers left, one right for the Tigers. Potter looking to his left. This one complete to Knox Pilgreen.
Nice tackle by Josh Gaskin, keeping that play from getting more than what it could have been, because Pilgreen, who has a touchdown already from 75 yards, he was turning up the field, about to take it a long way before Gaskin makes the tackle. 2nd and 2, or 3, excuse me.
Two receivers right, one left now for the Tigers. Handoff this time going to go to Javari Johnson around the left side. Makes a couple guys miss. Drew Dials finally able to knock him out of bounds.
Man, Javari Johnson is he's one of those pop guys. And when I say pop, I mean you can contain him and you can wrap him up between, and also he's going to pop one on you. And that's what he did a moment ago, and he did right there. And thankfully, Drew Dials gets him on the tackle downfield. He'll check out of the ball game, and they will move number 3, Ball, the Oregon commit, to running back.
Potter drops
Screen.
back, looking for Ball. That one complete. Ball has lots of room to run and blockers in front, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
I mean, just easy. Did you see him just jogging? I mean, he knew that he had a convoy out there, and he really wasn't even contested. He just started jogging about the 10-yard line, trots in for the 3rd score. What a turnaround. You got Jacksonville at the 8, maybe trying to cut this to a 1-score game. Now you're down 3 scores. Turnovers are killers.
Delk in for the extra point. This one from Franklin Delk is up and good. So Texas High now makes it 21-0. 47.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
We'd like to thank this week's team meal sponsor, Hubert Glass Oil Company. Thank you for your valued support of Jacksonville Athletics.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High on the board once again. 47.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Franklin Delk in to boot this one away for Texas High. Back deep for Jacksonville, Dante Simmons, Brendan Richards, and Drew Dials. This one high, going to be returnable from Delk. Dante Simmons on the return for Jacksonville, making his way across the field. Slung around, finally brought down just outside the Jacksonville 20-yard line.
Tough run by Dante right there. Guy thought he had room tackle, and Dante put that hand down. And he hadn't have stumbled, he might have got a few more, but decent return, gets the football out to the 21. So the Fighting Indians, after having a pretty nice drive all the way down that stalled at the 8 with that pick. Let's see if they can do that again here.
Looks like they did give him a more generous spot. So Jacksonville 1st and 10 from the 23.
About a 20-yard return.
Trent Clater in with Didi Mares. Clater's keep
running
it himself. Pretty quickly swallowed up. Going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Swallowed up is the appropriate word right there. Trent Clater, about $1.45 maybe, got swallowed up by 275 Duncan McGee, 6'4", 275. Just kind of disappeared in there. So it looks like they're going to let the clock run out with Jacksonville, and they'll talk about it. And we'll move on to quarter number 2 here at Grimm Stadium in Texarkana, Texas.
While they swap in, so we'll take a short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Both teams back on the field, about to start the second quarter of play. Jacksonville with a 2nd and 11 to start the second quarter. Trent Clater in at quarterback. Didi Mares in the backfield alongside him. Handoff goes to Didi. Immediately met. Going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
There goes the helmet. Diaz has got to come out. Here comes Josh Gaskin. That is a brick wall that Texas High has built up front. Man.
I think they're going to spot him, but he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 11.
They got a lot of concrete in those bricks, buddy, let me tell you. You cannot get past them.
Clater dropping back, looking to his right, pump fakes, lets this one fly. And we'll see what they call there. I believe they're going to call interception.
Yeah.
Marcus Hall on the interception for Texas High.
Thought he bobbled it going out, but
it looked like it, but maybe he got enough control of it before he stepped out.
Yeah, I mean, it's close either way. It could have been either way with the call, but it'll go Texas High's way. And trying to hit Dante back there, and the free safety just comes over the top, doing his job, playing center field, steps over there, and Dante never had a chance at it. As he steps up and makes the pick. Ball's right at the 50.
So Texas High will take over 1st and 10 from midfield.
Tigers have scored on every possession so far they've had.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Texas High. Potter dropping back. Not much there. Good coverage from the Indians. Potter now going to flip it out to Johnson. Good pursuit, though, from Jacksonville. I think they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Could have been a loss of 1 there, but I think it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Well, how about the coverage for Jacksonville in the secondary? I mean, just great job. Brendan Richards, Zeke Whitaker.
Yeah, that was an excellent play. I mean, even after the coverage downfield, the pursuit to the ball after it's dumped off.
They did a nice job at Jacksonville, just putting a heavy net around these playmakers that Texas High has on the field.
Was a loss of 1 on the play. So 2nd, 11 now for Texas High. 2 receivers each way. Potter looking to his left, finds his man. Pushed out of bounds by Samadrick Kincaid. That was Braylon Pearson, number 81, on the reception for the Tigers.
Got a little taste of how tight these sidelines were. I thought I had a lot more room to move. And if Elijah Harris doesn't push him out of the way, I might have got smoked right there. Thank you, Elijah.
2 receivers each way once again for Texas High. Potter looking to his left. That one incomplete. No one in the area for Texas High.
Yeah, strange throw by Potter right there. He kind of hesitated for a second and kind of got his mechanics messed up and threw off his back foot. Nobody there.
So 4th and 7 now for the Tigers.
And
so in 4 down,
looks like
still on the field.
Texas High planning to go for this one. Johnson in the backfield with Potter. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Texas High. Potter drops back. Lots of pressure from the Jacksonville defensive line. He's got to get rid of it. Michael Miles was closing in quickly. Finds his man complete to Cameron Reitner for the first down.
Flushing Potter out of the pocket. Jordan Dorsey jumped up, and when he came down, Potter escapes. And, boy, they had all kinds of pressure on Potter, and he finds a guy downfield for the first down. I mean, again, not bad coverage by Jacksonville, and just couldn't get to Potter, and his receivers did a nice job coming back to help him out. So first down Tigers.
Yeah, you kind of just got to give credit to Potter there. It was
kept it alive.
Pretty great individual play.
Yeah.
Potter will hand this one off to Johnson. Has some room. Finally tripped up. Good
Dials
there
got
from
him.
Drew Dials tripping him up. Picks up a couple. Will be second, about 6.
Well, Mike Taylor almost blew that up in the backfield, and somehow Javari Johnson just squeezed out of there, and he looks like he's picking up steam before he gets tripped up by Drew Dials of Jacksonville. So it does pick up 2, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain. I thought he got a couple more there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take it. 2nd and 8. Johnson in the backfield with Potter. Potter going to fake the handoff, looking to his right, finds his man wide open. Is number 9, Knox Pilgreen, finally knocked out of bounds at about the Jacksonville 10-yard line, but it's good for a first down.
That's Pilgreen's 3rd catch for Texas High, and he is having a pretty good night so far for the Tigers from his slot position. One of the many seniors honored here tonight for Texas High. First down Tigers at the Jacksonville 10. 1st and goal.
Johnson in the backfield with Potter. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Texas High. Potter drops back. That one blocked.
Nice Calvin Boyd
got a hand in there.
Yep.
Able to knock that one away.
What a great job by Calvin Boyd. Getting that hand up, knocking it down. I mean, I believe that was Calvin Boyd.
It was Calvin Boyd.
Okay.
No, it was Calvin Boyd.
I saw Mike Taylor in the area, but I believe that was Boyd.
So 2nd and goal now for Texas High. Johnson in the backfield with Potter once again. This handoff going to go to Johnson around the right side. Michael Miles trying to bring him down. Finally brought down by Harrison Penn.
The initial contact by Mike Taylor. Again, so slippery is Javari Johnson at Texas High. He gets through Taylor, and you mentioned Mike Miles had a shot at him before Harrison Penn knocks him down. So it's 3rd down and goal at the 7 as Johnson will pick up 3.
Two receivers left, 1 right for Texas High. 3rd and goal from the 7. Potter and a pump fake looking over the middle, finds his man, pass complete to Braylon Pearson for the score.
Just very mechanical is this Texas High team. As number 81, Braylon Pearson, has already got a couple catches, gets his 3rd one there. 6'2", 160, a junior. Did a little hesitation move, and then he got inside Samadrick for the slant. And Potter does a little pump fake. Samadrick steps up, goes right by him, touchdown.
Franklin Delk in to attempt the extra point. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. Snap back, kick up, and good. So with 8:46 remaining here in the second quarter. Texas High leads Jacksonville 28-0. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Franklin Delk has this one teed up for Texas High. Just about set to kick this one away. 8:46 left here in the first half. This one high from Delk, going to be returnable. Brendan Richards
gotta go get
lets it bounce, still trying to bring it down, and going to be brought down at the 3.
You cannot let it bounce. Oh, can't let it bounce. It's week 10. Oh, I mean, it looked like Dante was going to come over and maybe take it, and then he kind of waved himself off and said, "You got this." And I mean, I guess Brendan just didn't get a step on it. And when you let it bounce, and then you got to recover, and you got guys coming, I mean, you're going to get tackled to the 3-yard line, and that's what happened.
If it's that far in front, you almost need to just call a fair catch.
Yeah, just call the fair catch, go catch it. You don't have to worry about it.
So Jacksonville will take over 1st and 10 from their 3-yard line.
Yeah, and standing in the end zone is Clater at quarterback, and now Drew Dowles comes in late. Got a double H back on this right side.
Didi Mara's in the backfield for Jacksonville. Handoff goes to him on 1st down.
Nice
Finds
push.
a pretty good hole, still on his feet. Finally driven back, but a good pickup there on 1st down for Didi.
Boy, you like it. 9-yard pickup for Didi. Again, chasing 47 yards tonight. He had 8 a moment ago.
I think they're going to give him 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Okay.
But gets Jacksonville a little more breathing room for sure.
Yeah, you're not standing in your end zone as a quarterback and the running back. That's a good thing.
One receiver each way for the Indians. Diaz goes in motion.
Jamario
Flags
jump.
come in.
They're going to get Jacksonville's Jamario Coleman. Stay 2nd down. Now 2nd and 5 to go. That's 2nd and 6 actually.
Should be 7.
Yeah, that's a long 3, man. Okay, we'll call it 7. That's at the 6. So that's about right. 2nd and 7.
Trent Clater set to take the snap. Diaz goes in motion. Handoff goes to Didi. Not much there. Didi still trying to find some room to run.
Man, lost
Going to
yards.
lose a couple there. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
My goodness.
Yeah, this Texas High defense just so fast.
They just swarm. And
They just get to the spot, and they get there in a hurry.
It isn't like, Jacksonville isn't firing off and getting under their pads, but when they do, they're so physically strong. I don't care if you do get under their pads. They just use their strength, and they just swat you away and slide down laterally down the line of scrimmage, and they just seal off everything. And then here comes your linebackers to make it worse. So 3rd down, 10 to go, and Jacksonville's going to take their 2nd timeout.
Jacksonville going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in just a moment.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life. I'm a registered investment advisor with the state of Texas and chartered financial consultant. Whether you need portfolio management or comprehensive financial planning, for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 7:10 left here in the first half. Jacksonville with a 3rd and 10. Trent Clater standing in his own end zone. Gonna let this one fly out of bounds, incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 10 for Jacksonville from their own 3.
Looking for Jared Holman out there, and it's trying to slip him out, and he got shoved in the back, but the ball was uncatchable, or that would have been, I believe, would have been a pass interference if it had been in play because he got shoved back. So Damian Diaz now is going to check in, and he will be standing on his back line of the end zone, his own end zone. Need a good snap here from Toby Simpson. But no doubt Texas High is going to have great field position, and you just don't want to kick it to those two dudes back there, I'm telling you. You got to angle this thing toward the sideline.
Diaz in to punt this one away. Jacksonville going to have a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still 4th down.
Doesn't change things much. Half the distance. Oh, you're going to penalize us a half a yard. Woo. Okay.
Toby Simpson set to snap this one. Good snap back for Diaz. This one high, end over end. Going to make its way out of bounds just inside the Jacksonville 35.
Yeah. When you're in a rush and you're trying to get rid of it, not bad by Diaz, the senior.
Especially when he hasn't hardly punted in a game all season.
Yeah.
This is second punt, I think.
Yeah, it's his second punt. Hey, stand in the back of your end zone. Let Texas High come at you. See what you can do.
I don't know how good
he passed the test.
I don't know how good your vantage point was, but that back foot looked pretty close.
It was very close. It was very close.
That was danger close to the back end of the end, back of the back line of the end zone.
Did a little different look here from Texas High. Handoff goes to Ball. Cameron Reitner now in the game at quarterback.
Well, I expect to see multiple substitutions for Texas High. They're up 28-0, 6:39 and counting in the second quarter. And they've scored on every offensive possession. This is their 5th possession.
2 receivers left, 1 right for the Tigers. Reitner fires this one to the right, complete for Braylon Pearson. I think Ball actually ran into Reitner there as he was trying to let that ball fly.
Texas High not bashful about throwing it still, obviously, with Reitner putting that one up.
So a 1st and 10 now for Texas High, excuse me.
There's motion.
With some movement, flags come in.
That's what you get when you change quarterbacks like that. And cadence a little bit different. Tone and texture matters, especially when you're doing a cadence. Make it 1st and 15 now.
So 1st and 15 now for the Tigers after the penalty. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ball in the backfield with Reitner. Handoff is going to go to Ball, trying to go up the middle, immediately met by Dorsey.
Dorsey, what a great sports he is. He's just such a great young man. He helps him up. Get up, Oregon commit. I just put you on your back. I'm going to watch you on Saturday someday. But I made that tackle.
He sure did. It was a great tackle there from Jordan.
They got Johnson out here in the slot, the running back.
Reitner looking that way.
Doesn't
Pass
catch.
Incomplete. Pretty good coverage there from Samadric
Oh,
Kincaid, able to knock that one out.
You know, Samadric, just great footwork right there. Once he saw the receiver plant, then he stopped his back pedal and planted and just fired. That's great cornerback play by Samadric Kincaid, a junior. He'll be back next year for Jacksonville. He played it well. Incomplete, 3rd down, 15.
Reitner gets the snap, looking over the middle. That one over the head of Knox Pilgreen, incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 15 now for Texas High.
Zeke went up and ball just went over. Zeke just got to go up and get that Zeke. He just didn't extend with both hands, and it hit off of, I guess that was the Pilgreen he was looking for in the end zone.
Texas High going to send in the field goal unit.
Oh, wow.
Going to have Franklin Delk here attempting a 43-yard field goal.
Oh, he's definitely capable.
He's got plenty of leg for it.
Yeah. Get set.
Field goal is brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This one
Missed
from
it.
Delk, wide left, no good.
Had the distance, just went wide left. So first time Texas High doesn't get some points on the board. So
And much better field position now for Jacksonville to
Yeah.
start this drive.
defense did a nice job right there as the Tigers switched quarterbacks, but they still had Ball and Johnson in there. I mean, they didn't change out all their ones. They were just giving Reitner, the junior quarterback, some reps, and they come up short, missed the field goal, and Jacksonville will send Trent Clater out. Still in the backfield, Didi Mares.
One receiver each way for the Indians to start this drive. Clater going to hand this one off to Didi. Didi trying to find some room to run, just not much there tonight for Didi Mares. No gain on the play. I think they actually may give him a loss of 1.
So the official stopped the clock right there. I don't know why. Now they're starting it. That's interesting. Just a basic running play, and the official came out and stopped the clock. Now he turned it back on. I thought Jackson would call timeout. That's the only way you should stop the clock on that one. But anyway, turn it back on.
They reset the play clock to 25 seconds for some reason. Didi gets the handoff around the right side. Found some room on that one. A pretty good pickup there from Didi Mares.
So what's the Didi watch looking like now? I got to know. How we looking?
We're working on it.
So Diaz picks up. About
Didi's
7.
up to 18 yards on the game.
All right. What is that, 29? Needs 29? Yeah, to get 1,000.
Hey, you're the numbers guy.
Yeah, that's what he needs. 29. Needs 30 to get over it.
Clater going to hand this one off to Didi up the middle. Pickup of 2. It's going to be 4th and about 2.
Keeps chipping away like that. He's going to get it. Jacksonville's going to punt right here. So 4th and 2.
So with a pickup of 2 there, that puts Didi at 20 yards on the night, 973 total for the season.
Okay, 27 to go. Here we go. Here's KC Cardenas with his first punt of the night.
KC in to punt this one away for the Indians. Good snap back for him. Rolls to his right, end over end, rugby-style punt. Going to go out at the Texas High 26-yard line. We do have some flags coming in late. I believe that's going to go against Jacksonville.
Okay. This is a great punt by KC. End over end, keeping it away from the punt returners of Texas High. So I think they're going to get Elijah Harris for something here because you know, when there's a penalty and one guy's coming off the field and coaches are coming up talking to him, that's usually the guy that got the penalty.
A lot of the time, yeah. We'll see what the call is here.
Maybe it wasn't. Listen.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness number 14.
And that's
15-yard
it.
penalty, first down, Texas High.
So that negates a pretty good punt by KC with just one of those scratch your head. It's on the other side of the field. The ball's coming going down the field on the other side, and you're on the far side doing something that you shouldn't be doing. So Potter comes back into the game for quarterback. I guess they didn't score that last one, so that's just horrible. So they bring Potter back in.
1st and 10 for Texas High. Potter drops back, looking to his left, finds his man. That one complete for Braylon Pearson. Pick up about 6.
Coach Holman talking to Samadric Kincaid. Of course, Coach Holman coaches the defensive backs as well and coaching him up right there. And I thought Samadric got a nice jump on the ball. It was just one of those quick out routes. Nice throw by Potter. Picks up a quick 6.
Potter going to hand this one off to Johnson around the left side. Calvin Boyd
watch the push.
Able to push him out of bounds. I think he's going to pick up about a yard.
The Texas High got away with a hold right there. Number 81, Braylon Pearson, was holding Jordan Dorsey, and they just didn't call it. Had that arm wrapped all the way around him. Picks up a couple, maybe one. 3rd down.
3rd and 4 now for Texas High. Potter looking to his left, finds his man, quickly brought down, but I believe it's going to be good for 1st down yardage. Pass complete to Braylon Pearson.
Well, you just couldn't play it any better than Samadric Kincaid played it for Jacksonville right there. He got a good jump on the ball. That's just a quick pass to get the 1st down. Almost like a running play for Texas High. How they just throw it out there to the big 6'4" receiver. And again, Samadric doing a nice job with a good jump. Makes the tackle immediately, but it's a 1st down Texas High.
Potter dropping back, looking over the middle, had some pressure. That one thrown behind, knocks Pilgreen incomplete.
Pilgreen catches that, he may score. As you said, just dragging across the middle. And Jacksonville's struggling tonight with that drag route. I mean, they got a guy coming all the way across the field. They got guys going one way. Here comes Pilgreen underneath over the top of the linebackers who are moving to the left. He's coming from the right. Just a bad pass by Potter.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Tigers. Flag's going to come in.
Yeah, it's going to be on T-High. They jumped. Number 55 not on the roster. So 2nd down 15.
Potter in the backfield with Johnson. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Potter going to flip this one out for Johnson. Around the right side, good pursuit from the Jacksonville defense. Going to lose 2 on the play.
Michael Miles, Drew Dials, Mike Taylor. Nice job of contained, getting up the field, staying lateral. And, you know, not getting too far up the field right there, because that allows a guy like Johnson to get around you. Just did an excellent job, did Michael Miles, of keeping the ball carrier in front of him as we go toward 1:30 in this first half. Stay with us. We'll have our halftime interview sponsored by All Smiles with head coach Jason Holman, the Jacksonville High School Band, Majorettes, and of course the Cherokee Charmers.
I believe it's going to be 3rd and 18 now. Potter looking over the middle, pass complete to Reitner. Jacksonville trying to bring him down, picks up the 1st down.
So Reitner, after playing quarterback a few moments ago, steps in as a receiver right there and makes a big catch for the conversion, the 3rd and long conversion for T-High.
Texas High trying to go quickly. Ball goes in motion. Pitch goes to him around the left side. Lots of room to run. Finally knocked out. Michael Miles comes over a little late there.
Oh, don't do that. Come on. Here we go. Lose your composure. You got a late hit compounded by more guys getting upset. So it was clearly a late hit on Michael Miles. His ball was going out of bounds and hit him on the white chalk. So that's been a problem this year for Michael. He'll come out.
After the play. Personal foul. Ladies out of bounds. Automatic first down.
So the penalty will move the ball down to the Jacksonville 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal, I believe. Unless they're going to say it's just spotted at the 11. So it looks like Texas High can get a first down if they get inside the Jacksonville 1.
Another one of those plays, guys, that we talked about.
Potter looking to his left.
Catch right there. Nice job again by Samadric. Texas High continues to work on Samadric Kincaid, but he's done a nice job of keeping the receivers in front of him, not letting anybody get by him. Knocked him out of bounds at the 6.
He really has. That pass was complete to Xavier Powell. Almost thought Samadric was going to get there first.
Yeah, he's really got a quick first step after he stops his back pedal.
Potter going to hand this one off. Up the middle goes Ahmad Moore and in for the score. Texas High makes it 34-0. 45 seconds here left before halftime. See Franklin Delk in to attempt the extra point.
And, of course, that touchdown comes after another one of those plays. I mentioned it before, that last play and the touchdown is that you have those critical errors where you just make mental mistakes with the late hit. And, you know, I'm not saying you had Texas High completely shut down right there, but you had a lot better opportunity than you had them where they got right there to score. Blocked.
This one's tipped. Goes out of the end zone. Not sure who got a hand on that.
I think it was Dorsey.
He's just got a knack for it, doesn't he?
He's so long, and it was him. He came in and got a hand on it.
So after the blocked extra point, Texas High leads Jacksonville 34-0. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JSD Live.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High leading Jacksonville 34-0. 45 seconds here left before halftime. Franklin Delk set to kick this one away for Texas High. Delk going to hit this one high. Is returnable field. Fair caught by Brendan Richards this time.
Wasn't a real strong fair catch. I mean, he barely got his hand over his helmet and started waving it. You got to get that thing up there. And when he stopped running, the official went and blew the whistle. But glad he called it. Nice call, Brendan, with the fair catch. So with 43.9 seconds on the clock, let's see if Jacksonville takes a couple of shots downfield, if they'll just go into the half, try to regroup as they get the football to start the second half. So Trent Clater comes in at quarterback for Jacksonville. He's got Dante Simmons wide left as the Fighting Indians in a double tight end look with an H-back.
Clater going to hand this one off to Dede immediately. Met was Dede. It looks like they're going to get him back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play.
And once again, even though our scoreboard currently says 3 minutes and 1 second remaining,
we're under 30 seconds.
Under 30 seconds.
It's not reading the decimal point up there right now.
Yeah, they're going to take it in right here.
See, these are the kind of things you could get sorted out in pregame if they would put the clock on the board pregame. That's why I was frustrated or irate, whatever word you want to use.
I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter to the athletic director.
I think you should
about the clock.
And that will do it for the first half of play. Texas High leads Jacksonville 34-0 at the half. Matt, I'll send it down to you to get with Coach Holman.
Yep, he's D headsetting. Here he comes. We'll get his thoughts right here. Coach, you had some moments there. I mean, you got it down to the 8. Arna had a fantastic drive. Didn't get any points again. It's a very fast defense. You said these guys were fast, Coach, but my goodness.
Yeah, they're fast. They live up to the billing, no doubt. I mean, there's a reason why they're ranked 1 in some polls. And we had 2 busts early on, the first 2 touchdowns that, just ran by us uncovered. And I think since that point we've settled down a little bit. We got to stop, force the field goal attempt that they missed. So, just unfortunate there in the end zone. We felt like we needed to throw it to get it in, but not into the traffic that we threw it in.
Yeah, you're getting some good looks. But man, the offensive line, it's just hard to hold the blocks on those guys.
Yeah, we've had a couple of missed assignments up there too. And, got to clean it up and come out and compete in the second half.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Head Coach Jason Holman on the All Smiles halftime interview as the Jacksonville High School band runs me onto the field. Fresh off their state appearance down Wednesday. I'm not sure where that was. You guys may have to inform me of that. Lee Treader?
No, that would be at McLean Stadium at Baylor University.
Not a bad venue right there, huh?
Not a bad venue at all.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a break real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll get the Jacksonville halftime performance.
We'd like to thank this week's team meal sponsor, Hubert Glass Oil Company. Thank you for your valued support of Jacksonville Athletics.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life. I'm a registered investment advisor with the state of Texas and chartered financial consultant. Whether you need portfolio management or comprehensive financial planning, I can help you. Call me for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here on the Whataburger Halftime Report. Jacksonville has their halftime performance first. Cherokee Charmers have made their way onto the field. Matt, I'm going to send it down to you.
Thank you, Ryan. It is halftime where Texas High leads Jacksonville by a score of 34-0. Texas High with their high state ranking, 1 in some polls, 3, 4, wherever you want to put them. They're a good football team, and we knew that coming in. So Cherokee Charmers now performing here at the half. Let's listen in. Hang in there, man. Keep playing, keep playing.
Tonight, the Charmers would like to dedicate their dance to all of their friends and families who have supported them this season, coming to the games, dropping off and picking them up early or late from practices, and all the moments in between. We couldn't do all of this without you. The Charmers are under the direction of Cassidy Pinkston and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers.
Cherokee Charmers were their halftime performance here at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park, Texarkana, Texas. Now the Jacksonville High School Majorettes will perform their last performance of the football season here in just a moment.
Introducing the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes, directed by Brianne G. Officers are Senior Lieutenant Angeles Grimaldo, First Lieutenant Andrea Tavera, and your Captain Juliana Salazar. Spoilers of the week are the seniors of 2025. Thank you for your years of dedication and perseverance.
Bring me a ranch hand back.
Watch now as the Spoilers perform to What I Like About You.
We'll take your spark plug out.
Good, man. How are you?
And now, JIUC is proud to present the Jacksonville Fine Indian Band. The band is under the field direction of senior drum majors Abby Barrier, Anaja White, and senior drum major Logan Fontenelle. Tonight, the band will perform their opening, the Vienna Philharmonic Fanfare. Now at the center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fine Indian Band.
Y'all be better at limbo.
The Fine Indian Band is under the direction of Donnie Barrier, Indiana Gulad, Austin Nelson, Pat Barrier, Freshman of the week is Abigail Simmons. Band member of the week is Martin Ramirez. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jacksonville Fine Indian Band.
Fine Indian Band concluding the halftime performance for Jacksonville tonight in the last football game of the year. Nice job by all of the squads, Cherokee Charmers, the Majorettes, and, of course, the band. Another outstanding performance. Guys, I'm going to toss it back to y'all in the booth.
Thank you, Matt. That was a pretty quick performance there
It
from
sure
the Jacksonville
was.
Fighting Indian Band.
I was wondering that. I thought they had some more, but of course, there's no clock on the scoreboard, Lee Trailer, to tell us how much time is left.
That's true.
I know.
That is true.
I think Lee's got a massive point right there.
I was blissfully unaware that they didn't have it up during halftime, and you had to just bring it up, ruin my halftime.
All right, guys, y'all have it.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Well, welcome into the booth here in the Whataburger Halftime Report. Before we flip it around to our booth cam, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's Ask the Indians.
I'm first. Okay. Go DJ. No, twin, yes, twin, yeah. Calvin hit the beat. I don't go sit. Hey, that reach. Hey.
All right, welcome into the booth here for the Whataburger Halftime Report. Those were some pretty gritties. I don't know if I would call them
some
good.
Of them.
I'm not even sure that I would call some of them the gritty.
I think
no.
I think there were one or two good ones mixed in there amongst
What about Ryan?
Some that
you got it.
I'm not
going to show them how to do it.
We don't have enough room up here.
Oh, that's what it is. You know, if there was more room,
I'm going to go ahead and pass.
If there was more room, that's what it is. That's exactly what.
I'm going to go ahead and take a pass on that right now. We do have our stats brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first half stats. Definitely a disappointing first half for Jacksonville, not getting on the board when they had the opportunity down inside the 10-yard line. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Jacksonville stats.
For the first half, Trent Clater, 2 completions on 5 attempts for 46 yards and 2 interceptions. He completed the first 2 passes and was off to a good start. Looked really good there at the beginning. Rushing, Dede had 14 carries for 21 yards. Drew had 3 carries for 20 yards. And receiving, Dante had 2 catches for 46 yards.
I do have it up here on the broadcast right now. Dede at 21 yards tonight, total 974 on the season, so he needs another 26 here in the second half. He got 21 in the first half, and it seemed to be a little easier to run as the half went on. So, especially if this game gets really out of hand, maybe they'll put some 2s in. Maybe Dede can find some room and get to 1,000 yards. That would be great to see. When did Matt say it's been since we had 1,000-yard running back? 2006,
wasn't it?
I think it's 2006. Yeah. It's been a long time since Jacksonville has had. It's 18 years since Jacksonville has had a 1,000-yard rusher as a running back.
Yeah, and whether or not he hits it, in this second half, and we all, certainly want him to, and hope that he does.
He still had a great season.
Oh, what a great season!
To
kind of come out of nowhere, before last year, and just show up each and every week and run hard until the end of the game, no matter what. You can't say enough good things about a kid like Dede Mares, who just puts in the work and shows up and runs hard. And, hopefully we can all celebrate that milestone here in the second half. And we've seen him, hit some longer runs this year. Certainly, this is a fast defense. And, it's going to be hard to do. But if he finds a lane, there's a chance he could pick up that amount of yardage on one play. We've seen it
definitely
a few times this year already.
He did have a couple bigger runs there in the first half.
7, 8, 9-yard runs.
He also had a lot where they were catching him behind the line of scrimmage. So he definitely could have more than 21. He started out, I think, like -4 or 5
3
yards
or 4
before he finally got some yards in. But it's an okay first half against Texas High for Dede. You'd like for it to be a little higher, be a little closer, I think, to that 1,000-yard mark for him. But nonetheless, he's had a great season, and if he doesn't get it tonight, you still have to give your hat to Dede for playing as hard as he has all season. But we all want to see him get there.
We do, for sure.
It's and I'm sure everyone at home does as well. You've watched Dede play all season long. You know how much heart he's played with throughout every game, and you'd like to see him, have a milestone that he can look back on and say, "Yeah, I rushed for 1,000 yards my senior year."
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, he's an easy kid to root for sure. And if you know Dede, that's no surprise. He's a great student, a great kid outside of football as well. So
he's had a lot of carries this season to get there.
Yeah.
So he's worked really hard, put a lot of effort into it.
He's been the bell cow.
I wish I had.
He's been the bell cow,
total
but
carries.
he's also,
I don't have it for the season, but yes, it's.
I'm sure we could probably find that out pretty quick.
That's okay.
I think Matt probably sent it to us the other day. But
Matt might know just off the top of his head. We can bring him back up.
we can check with him when we get done. But, you said Dede's been the bell cow running back. He's really been the majority of the offense.
He has.
We've had some carries from Randy Searles earlier in the season that were kind of making a little more of a balance between him and Dede. But so far, the last several games, it's been the Dede Mares show. And
it has,
Drew Dials last week, I thought he did a great job running the football as well. We've seen a little bit of him tonight. But I don't know. We'll see what changes they can make at halftime come out. That drive that we had that was really successful. There was a big pass from Trent Clater. We had a couple runs there from Drew. So we'll see what Jacksonville can put together here in the second half. But you want to talk about someone who has laid it all on the line this season? I think that has to be Dede. He's put the team on his back at times to make this season work.
Yeah. So like we said earlier, hopefully he can hit that mark in the second half. We can all celebrate that milestone. And we mentioned it a few times. It's worth probably revisiting that drive in the first half where Jacksonville marched it down the field. They hit a big pass to Dante Simmons, and then from there, just run after run after run, moved it all the way down to the 8-yard line. And then it looked like they just tried to kind of catch Texas High off guard by passing into the end zone. But give Texas High credit. They were not fooled. They were in the right place. They didn't get out of position, and they've got the athletes that in space, even with a well-placed throw from Trent, they've got guys that can jump it and force a turnover, and that's what happened.
I mean, this team's just full of athletes
They
for
are.
Texas
They are.
High. I mean, you look at it on both sides of the ball. I mean, coming into the game, we were expecting Tredarian Ball to carry most of the load. So far, it's not been him. It's been Javari Johnson, but he's been on the field almost the entire first half at receiver.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got a lot of athletes. They can just kind of move them around, play a bunch of different positions, and wherever they need them to be, those guys, they're going to find a way to make a play.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you come to a high school football game like this where there's a really highly touted team and a really highly ranked team, sometimes you come away from those games thinking, you know, well, they're not quite that good. Like, they're a good football team, but, you know, you come away a little bit unimpressed, and so far that's not been the case through one half of play. They've got athletes. They've got guys that can go. The kind of MO on this team, the reputation that they have is that, especially offensively, if you don't have 100% lane integrity on defense, if you give them any space, they've got guys that can make you pay for that from anywhere on the field, and we've seen that tonight. Javari Johnson, they need such little space to just make a huge play out of it, and that's certainly shown up here in the first half.
Just a lot of speed, too.
I mean, just tons of speed. You know, speed on speed on speed on offense. You know, it'd be the kind of thing that would be fun to watch if we weren't here, you know, and just wanted good things for the Jacksonville side. And we'll see if Jacksonville can come out and, you know, last game of the season, for some of these guys, it's going to be the last time that they play football competitively and come out and finish this game with pride and play hard. And like we said, you know, to lead into halftime here to try to get Dede across that 1,000-yard mark.
Dede did have 189 carries coming into the game, so he's
right,
over 200 carries on the season.
Good yard per carry as well.
You want to take a look at the Texas High stats real quick? I know we'd probably rather not tonight if we're being completely honest, but let's go ahead and take a look at them.
All right, for Texas High, quarterback David Potter, 14 completions on 18 attempts for 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Cameron Reitner had 1 completion on 3 attempts for 4 yards. Rushing, Javari Johnson, 7 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Tredarian Ball, 3 carries for 23 yards. And Ahmad Moore, 1 carry for 6 and a touchdown. Receiving, Knox Pilgreen, 3 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. Cameron Reitner, 3 catches for 50 yards. Tredarian Ball, 1 catch for 28 yards and a touchdown. Bradlin Pearson, 5 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Powell, 1 catch for 4 yards. Javari Johnson, 2 catches for -4.
They've really spread the ball around.
Lots of players involved.
Lots of players involved. And I think their offense is probably more run heavy than what we're seeing tonight and, week to week, what they've done this season. But, I mean, when you're favored by 70 before the game, you have some room to come out and, you know, work on some stuff that you want to see going into playoffs. I mean, they do have one more game next week against Nacogdoches, but, I mean, you know, Nacogdoches, I think, lost their quarterback as well. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll work on stuff next week too. But maybe some stuff you haven't done this season, maybe some stuff that you've not done well this season. And so that's kind of what I think we've seen from Texas High tonight offensively is spreading the ball around and really getting Potter to find his guys downfield, because Jacksonville has done a good job pressuring him at times. I thought they were going to have a sack earlier as he was scrambling.
Sure didn't expect that to be a completed pass.
No.
When he threw it, I thought, it's going out of bounds. We're good.
Yeah, that was a pretty excellent individual play. And it's also worth mentioning, you know, he's 14 of 18, 195 yards, 3 touchdowns, just absolutely stellar stats. And he has played well.
Yeah.
Obviously, this Texas High team has played well. But on a lot of those completions, Jacksonville is in good position. Samadrick Kincaid, all night, has been right there, really good coverage, and has been sticky in coverage and in the right spot. And, you know, Texas High is just, we've said it, you know, multiple times tonight. They've got the athletes that can just, even when you do the right thing, they can still make a good play out of it. And a lot of the coverage tonight for Jacksonville has been good. There haven't been these huge busted, wide open plays all night for Texas High. It's been good coverage, and Texas High has still just been able to, get to the ball, fight for the ball, and get completions. So
yeah, and you heard the halftime interview with Coach Holman there too, that the first couple of touchdowns that Texas High scored was just broken play on defense. Like, we didn't do a good job covering, we didn't do a good job pursuing. They recovered from that, and we've seen the defense kind of find another gear here towards the end of the first half. It's still going to be tough to stop Texas High regardless, but you're not giving them 2 scores in 4 plays like we were, because they've had a couple fourth down. And even a missed field goal there.
And those 2 big busted plays, on the first 2 possessions where you're down in a 14-0 hole, immediately after 2 possessions, Jacksonville still drives the ball down the field. That was that drive where we hit the big pass to start, and we're driving down to go make it potentially a 14-7 game. And so, that's just how quickly it can go from that, where you're staring at, hey, maybe we make this a 1-possession game after 3 possessions, and then turnover in the end zone, they score on a long play from midfield, and this is just a lethal team. We're just kind of seeing, here tonight in this first half what we've heard about all year long, and they're living up to the billing so far. They can score quickly and from anywhere on the field.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the story for this Texas High team, and we expect them to have a pretty deep run into the playoffs if we don't see them in the state championship this year. So they lead Jacksonville 34-0 at the half. Texas High's band has just concluded their halftime performance. Jacksonville has made it back out of the locker room and is warming up. So let's take a short break before we begin the third quarter, and we'll be right back.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. taking orthopedic care a step further.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Both teams have made their way out of the locker room and are ready to begin the third quarter of play.
I mean, it's good to see a Jacksonville team come out of that run through, not like they're down 34-0, and they're ending up the season right now with one win. But I just like these kids have been different this year from that standpoint. They don't quit. They keep playing. They don't look at the scoreboard. Like that about them.
Yeah, I've got a lot of these guys in class, and you hit the nail on the head. They're a great group. Work hard every single day. Never complain. They're really easy to be around. I really respect a lot of them, and really like having them in class and seeing them work out here.
Well, of course, I mean, I'm more interested in what kind of men they're going to turn out to be. And then you go through a season like this, and then last year too, when they were juniors, you're thinking, that's tough. But that's where a lot of times you learn those life lessons, and that's what I'm more interested in. When you come out of this football program, what kind of man are you going to be in the community? What kind of father are you going to be, husband, that kind of stuff. And I think that's more important than high school football, and hoping some of these young men are going to take some big lessons from what they've been through the last couple of years. So, Father's Knows Best here is over, and we're ready to go to start the second half. Here's the kickoff.
Jacksonville set to receive. Franklin Delk boots this one deep. Bounces into the end zone. I wasn't sure that one was actually going to make it in the end zone for a second there, Matt. It hit right about the one.
Kind of had a weird bounce there, didn't it?
It did.
So Jacksonville gets the football, first possession of the second half. Had several people come up to me at the half asking me how many yards Dede had. So that was that's kept a lot of people here. They want to see it. 25-yard line, first down, Jacksonville. Here we go.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Drew Dials in at quarterback. Dede Maras alongside him in the backfield. Drew going to keep it himself, trying to find a hole. That hole closed up very quickly. No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
So Damian Diaz checks out. Gaskin checks in at H-back. No gain on the play as zone read, defensive end, took Dede. Dede, he's the 12th leading rusher in Class 5A Division II coming into the ballgame.
One receiver right for the Indians. This handoff going to go to Dede. Quickly met in the backfield, going to lose a couple on the play.
Man, Duncan McGee just shot the gap and really, I'm not sure if that was a missed assignment or he just made a good inside step. The 6'4", 275-pound junior that we've already talked about. He's one of those D1 offers as a junior that Texas High has on that D-line. So third down, 12 to go. Drew stays in at quarterback here.
One receiver each way for the Indians. Dede in the backfield with Drew. Dede gets the handoff, goes up the middle, spins out of a tackle, lunges forward. Pretty good pickup there. Is going to get 5. But it's going to be 4th and 8 for the Indians, so they look like they're going to send the punting unit on.
So Diaz will do the honors here to punt. You saw KC get one off earlier. So Damian, the senior, I think this is his 3rd punt of the evening.
Diaz back to punt this one away for Jacksonville. Good snap back to him. This one high and to the right. Going to hit just inside the Texas High half. Bounce out of bounds, so they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 46.
So we'll see if Texas High coach Jerry Stanford has been the coach here for multiple years. I don't know exactly how many, but it's been at least 10, I know. Had some really solid teams here. And of course, you know who came from here. That coach in Carthage, Surratt, who's won 7 state championships. He started here as an offensive coordinator.
Potter going to take the snap on 1st down, able to find his man out to the right. Knox Pilgreen on the reception. Going to pick up about 5.
Texas High has a really nice short passing game. I mean, they do a nice job of just, it's kind of almost like a Kansas City Kelsey type thing where they just go down and like Mahomes finds that open man. That's what Potter does for T-High.
2 receivers each way. Potter looking to his right, finds his man, quickly wrapped up and thrown out of bounds by Michael Miles, but Cameron Reitner on the catch there, going to pick up 1st down yardage.
On the reception, 1st and 10, Texas High.
So 1st and 10 now for Texas High, down to the Jacksonville 39. 1 receiver right, 2 left. Johnson in the backfield with Potter. Handoff goes to Johnson around the right side. Lots of room to run, and he will score.
And once he gets past that line of scrimmage and there's nobody in front of him, it's over. I mean, that's that track speed. I mean, Drew Dials he's pretty fast, and he just left him about the 20.
Franklin Delk in to attempt the extra point for the Tigers. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. Snap is back. Kick from Delk is up and good. So Texas High makes it 41-0. 9:08 left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life. I'm a registered investment advisor with the state of Texas and chartered financial consultant. Whether you need portfolio management or comprehensive financial planning, I can help you. Call me for a free consultation. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High leading Jacksonville 41-0. 9:08 left here in the 3rd quarter. Franklin Delk has this one teed up for Texas High. Back deep for Jacksonville, Dante Simmons, Brendan Richards, and Drew Dials. Good boot from Delk. Going to go out for a touchback. So Jackson will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Well, they just have all kinds of weapons, don't they? He just put that football just right inside the pylon. I mean, just really solid.
They do. He's hit some really good kickoffs tonight.
So it's Clater now coming in at quarterback for Jacksonville.
Trent Clater in at quarterback alongside Didi Mares in the backfield. 1 receiver each way for the Indians. Diaz, the man in motion, flags come in.
Mario again, jumping. Little twitch.
So that'll back Jacksonville up 5. So now 1st and 15 for the Indians. Same formation for Jacksonville. Clater going to hand this one off to Dede, trying to find some room around the right side. Nothing there. Dede's going to lose a couple.
Man, it's just, you just can't get down the line at all. Offensive line is just not, they're just not maintaining their blocks long enough to give Dede a chance to even plant that foot and get up the field. I mean, he's still getting the handoff when there's orange jersey starting to surround him.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 17. Diaz goes in motion.
Oh,
Dede
gosh.
gets the handoff. Nothing there. Going to reverse it back the other way. Dede knocked out of bounds. Going to lose.
I think I was a little
few.
I was a little close to the action there, if y'all heard.
You were pretty darn close to the action.
Yeah,
there,
I was moving backwards as fast as possible, but I got cheerleaders behind me. I got a short wall. I could not get out of the way quick enough. So
it was an incredibly impressive display of athleticism over there on the
how about
sideline.
that? Yeah, did you see the back pedal?
I did.
Yeah.
I've always,
and the way I moved the microphone away from my mouth to prevent injury.
I've always heard, legendary tales, but it's the first time I've seen it in person.
Clater looking for someone, no one in the area.
That was just a bit outside. Not sure where that one was going, but incomplete. And the officials are going to throw the flag because there was absolutely nobody in the area for Jacksonville, and he was inside the tackle box, and he didn't get it to the line of scrimmage. So it's all kinds of things to be intentional grounding. As KC will come out to punt, just an ugly set of downs for Jacksonville offensively. But you got to give credit to Texas High. They are smoking fast. Have I said that before? Have you heard that tonight?
Yeah, maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Well, we said it a couple seconds ago talking about Matt Montgomery on the sideline.
Well, I mean, I don't want to brag. So KC will be standing at his just outside his own goal line.
4th and Arkansas maybe on this one.
I'd go Idaho.
KC hits
punt.
a beautiful punt over to the right side. Texas High going to field it. It's ball on the return.
Wow,
chased
Jordan.
down by Jordan Dorsey. Great coverage there on the punt.
Of course, Dorsey's been a stalwart for Jacksonville the last 2 years. Started as a junior last year and his senior year, and he's just been a force for Jacksonville. I don't know what they'd have done without him. He's just played so well.
I mean,
He really has.
That play went about as well as it ever could have gone for Jacksonville.
No
you
doubt.
go from your own goal line.
You flip the field.
I mean, yeah. What coverage from Jordan after a
and the guy that caught
booming punt from KC.
Hey, that's twice tonight Jordan Dorsey has caught the Oregon commit.
Yeah, ball, he caught him. I mean, caught him.
So 1st and 10 for Texas High. Potter going to hand this one off.
Miles. Big
Michael
hit.
Miles and Calvin Boyd in on the tackle. That handoff was to Ahmad Moore. Picks up a couple.
He won't stay outside the half.
Looks like they're going to give him 4, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Moore in the backfield with Potter once again. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Texas High. Handoff goes to Moore up the middle.
Nice tackle by Ty Lindsey, the senior.
Looks like they are going to move the chains. It's going to be good for 1st down yardage. It gets to midfield.
Ty did a nice job getting off the block and having to get back the other way upfield and just chased him down, or it's going to be a lot more than just a 1st down for Texas High out to the Jacksonville 48.
Potter hands this one off to Moore around the left side. Big hole for Ahmad Moore. Going to outrun the Jacksonville defenders, and he will score.
Another one of those plays where Jacksonville hits him at the line of scrimmage and they don't wrap up. He gets to the next level and nobody there from linebacker position, and it's just a foot race with the secondary. And there's not a lot of guys that Jacksonville has in the secondary that's going to be able to catch some of these cats Texas High has at running back.
Looks like we're going to have a change at kicker here. This is going to be Keelan Nash in to attempt the extra point. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee, and this one is up and good. So Texas High makes it 48-0 over Jacksonville. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High taking a 48-0 lead over Jacksonville. 6:12 left to play in the third quarter. That was Michael Moya in for the extra point, and he is lined up to kick this one off. Actually, excuse me, this is number 30 now, Jared Chavez. And to kick this one away for the Tigers. This one a spiraling kick. Coming back, Drew Dials able to field it. Trying to find some room, gets tripped up just beyond the Jacksonville 20, so they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 23.
We'd like to thank the Cumberland Restaurants for donating food in the press box tonight. Live chickens, the Silver Spoon.
So let's see if Jacksonville is able to sort out any kind of blocking schemes here. Drew will come in at quarterback.
Dante Simmons, lone receiver. Didi Mara's in the backfield alongside Drew Dials. Drew going to keep it himself. Trying to find some room up the middle. Going to pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Good read.
Leighton Scroggins on the tackle. Make it a gain of 2. Make it a gain of 3. 2nd down 7.
Zeke Whitaker checks in. Cam Thompson comes out.
One receiver each way this time for the Indians. 2nd and 7. Drew Dials in the backfield with Didi Mares. Drew going to hand it off to Didi, trying to make a move. Nothing there. He's going to lose a couple.
Guys, there is just literally nowhere to go.
3rd down and 9.
I mean, as soon as he gets the handoff, you know, he's looking for that little crease. There isn't one. Texas High is just stopping every gap, every crease, every hole. Nothing. They're just whipping Jacksonville's offensive line up front. And by the way, this is a different D-line. This is 4 new guys for Texas High up front.
2 receivers left this time for the Indians. Drew going to keep it himself around the left side. Going to be brought down. Gain of a couple. Looks like that was number 47.
Going to punt the ball here. So the Fighting Indians are looking at a third quarter where they may not get a first down here. 3 possessions, 3 3-and-outs.
KC in to punt this one away on 4th down for Jacksonville. Good snap back to him. Rugby kick down the middle between the 2 returners. They're going to let it go. It's getting a Texas High bounce. Finally down by Jordan Dorsey at the Texas High 39.
Texas High will take over their 1st and 10.
Yeah, Matt, there's just no room to run so far for Didi Mares so far in the second half. He's almost getting caught behind the line of scrimmage as he's getting the handoff.
Well, and some people may think, well, why don't you throw the ball and loosen them up? That's not it. I mean, it isn't the linebackers in the secondary that's causing the problem with the running game. It's the 4 guys up front. And they just can't get past them. I mean, it's not even the linebackers who are making the plays. It's the D-line. So if you can't even get a push on the D-line, it's going to be tough running the ball, and that's exactly what's been happening for Jacksonville.
So Reitner in at quarterback now, 2 receivers each way. Low snap, going to keep it himself, goes up the middle, still running, gets around to the edge, going to go out of bounds. First down yardage and more inside the Jacksonville 40.
Reitner, the heir apparent as Potter, the starter, is a senior. Quite a different look from the quarterback position. Cameron Reitner's 5'9", 155, and he's a scooter, one of those scat back type guys. And of course, their starting quarterback, 6'4", 200. He's just a guy that stands back there and can throw.
We have number 22 in at running back now. I don't have him on either roster.
Oh, God. Calvin
Boyd.
Whoa. WWE.
My goodness.
Body slam.
I think that's probably your bone crusher hit of the game right there, Matt.
There you go. Thank you for that. Calvin Boyd.
Unless something crazy happens and there's a better tackle from that here in a moment.
I've been
struggling
trying to find something that looks like that right there, so we found it. Big hit by Calvin Boyd, the junior.
Reitner going to hand this one off around the left side. Jacksonville with some pretty good coverage. Kincaid able to slow him down. Finally, Josh Gaskin comes over and lays the hit.
Nice tackle by Samodrick, wrapping up right there.
So 3rd down now for Texas High. Low snap. Reitner able to pick it up, trying to find some room. Ball is out. Harrison Penn picks it up for the Indians.
Michael Miles causes the fumble on the bad snap. The quarterback, Reitner, comes out, and Miles right there to separate him from the football, and it bounces, and Harrison Penn scoops it up. Gives Jacksonville their best field position since the 1st quarter.
Yeah, tremendous job there from Michael Miles and Jordan Dorsey, both pursuing him. Michael able to bring him out, get the ball loose, and it pops up right for Harrison Penn. So Jacksonville will take over after the fumble with good field position inside Tiger territory. Trent Clater going to be in at quarterback alongside Didi Mares in the backfield. 1 receiver each way. Dante going to get it on the reverse. Pretty good pickup there on 1st down.
Just a little reverse play right there, well executed. That's the first time Jacksonville's run that play this year. They put that in this week. Fake it to Didi, and Trent's got his back to the defense and stays there and just waits for Dante to come around, and Didi picks up 6.
2nd and 4 now for the Indians. Clater going to hand this one off to Didi, immediately met behind the line of scrimmage.
I mean, that's just whiffing. I mean, your offensive line just cannot keep. I don't know if, I'm looking at Texas High is not stunning. They're not looping. They are just blowing in there, and Jacksonville has just not been quick enough to stop them. And Didi just smacks his hands to the offensive line to he's a leader. I mean, he's saying, come on, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, he needed 26 yards, and so far he's going the wrong direction here in the second half. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 now for Jacksonville. Clater going to fake the handoff to Dede, looking down the field. This one over the head of Drew Dials, incomplete.
Oh, he had him in that little pocket. He was open about the 15-yard line, maybe the 12, and it just a little bit too far. He had Drew on a wheel route. So 4th down, Jared Holman checks in. Drew will stay in. Gaskin will come out, and the Indians will go for it here on 4th down, obviously.
So 4th and 9, Jacksonville going to go for it. 57.4 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. One receiver each way for the Indians. Clater drops back, looking for Dials, finds him. Drew Dials trying to get first down yardage. He does. Big EAG for the 1st down there on a 4th down conversion for the Indians.
Yeah, great call, good execution by Trent, letting the defense come toward him, or get to him, I should say, before he flips it out to Drew. Got behind the wall and gets up the field. Nice job. Gaskin checks in. Mike Taylor checks in on the offensive line, and so does Calvin Boyd. 1st down, Jacksonville at the 24. Got one man coming in a little bit late, Diaz.
First and 10, Jacksonville. Dede gets the handoff. Good run here from Dede Mara is going to be good for EAG Ford. 1st down yardage and more. Gets a great push from the offensive line and gets down to the 10.
Yeah, that's going to be a 1st and goal, Jacksonville. Their best field position since they got down to the 8 in the 1st quarter, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
So at the end of 3, Texas High leads Jacksonville 48-0. Jacksonville down to the Texas High 10 to start the 4th. Like a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
We'd like to thank this week's team meal sponsor, Hubert Glass Oil Company. Thank you for your valued support of Jacksonville Athletics.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium for the start of the 4th quarter. We want to give you guys an update real quick. Dede Mara is now at 25 yards after that last run, so he needs 22 to get to 1,000. Yeah. One quarter left to play. One receiver each way. Drew Dials going to hand this one off to Dede, trying to find some room up the middle. Not much there. He's going to pick up a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9 now. 2nd and goal as well.
Keelan Thompson just stuffed him at the line of scrimmage, but he did get, as you said, the benefit of the doubt of the forward progress to the 9. So we start this 4th quarter. Jacksonville trying to get on the board and get that goose egg off there.
Dials going to get the snap, fakes the handoff. Around the right side goes Drew Dials, and he will get in for the touchdown.
Drew Dials from 9 yards out. Just much like the 6-yard run he had last week for the score. Gets Jacksonville on the board.
Great run there from Drew. It's Jacksonville on the board here in the 4th quarter. KC in to attempt the extra point. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. Good snap back kick from Casey is up and good. So 48-7 now your score. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Jacksonville on the board, and with a Fighting Indian scoring drive summary, here's Todd Travis.
It was a 7-play, 34-yard drive, ending with a 9-yard run by Drew Dials for the touchdown.
Yeah, and set up by just a massive hit by Michael Miles, separating the quarterback Reitner from the ball, and Harrison Penn getting the fumble to set up the short field. So credit Jacksonville's defense for getting the ball to their offense, and they convert.
Diaz boots this one away. Going to be fair caught by Texas High, so they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25. 11:18 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
1st and 10, Texas High at the 25.
I don't think Texas High is going to cover the spread tonight. So just putting that out there. We're not going to say what the spread was, but they're not going to cover. Take that. So let's see if Jacksonville can get the ball back to their offense right here. And since they got a little momentum there after the turnover, and then they convert it to points. You know, turnovers are great, but, man, if you don't convert them to points, you know, what's the point? And they did.
Now at quarterback for Texas High.
1st and 10 for Texas High. This one flipped out to the right. Pass complete. It's number 17, Worth McMillan, now in at quarterback for the Tigers.
Nice play by Penn, coming in to make the tackle along with Jaqueline Goodwin.
There's Kai Bobo on the reception there for Texas High. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. Handoff.
Oh, boy.
22.
Whoever 22 is, he is going to see number 60 in his dreams tonight. Calvin Boyd, that's the second time that he is just, I mean,
gobbled him up.
That's a steer move right there, buddy. That's rodeo 101.
Maybe we need to get Calvin Boyd in the rodeo arena sometime.
Man, he yanked those steers down. Whew.
McMillan still in at quarterback. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Texas High. McMillan drops back. Not much there. Pocket closing quickly. Jacksonville able to bring him down. It's Jordan Dorsey on the tackle. Calvin Boyd able to stop the forward progress initially.
So 4th down, and Texas High will punt the football. Zeke Whitaker will drop deep for Jacksonville. Any kind of return here, maybe Jacksonville can get the short field as he'll be standing at his own 47, 48. Now he's backing up a little bit now.
Reitner back to kick.
So they're going to send
punting.
Cameron Reitner in to punt this one away for Texas High. Good snap back. Reitner able to get a boot on this one. It's going to take a good roll and stop about the Jacksonville 36-yard line.
Well, you know, I thought Reitner, with his played quarterback, he's played some receiver. I thought, well, maybe they got him back there. They're going to fake it. And He might take off if he sees some space right there, but that's a pretty good boot. I guess he can punt too. He's going to be a contestant in the punt, pass, and kick, as he can do a lot of things. So Jacksonville gets the football at their own 36-yard line. 9:05 remaining in the season. It'll be Drew Dials in at quarterback. So we're at 22 for Dede, right? Needs 22?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Thank you.
Handoff goes to Dede around the left side. Lots of room to run. A good pickup on first down for Dede Mares.
That's the first time tonight that he's been able to bounce it to the outside like that and turn that corner. And I just like the way Dede, assesses the situation and sees that he's out of real estate, steps out of bounds. And, because if you try to cut up the field, maybe you get a fumble created with the way they're coming at that ankle. Goes out of bounds for an 8-yard gain.
Dials fumbles the snap, able to dive on it well behind the sticks.
Just negative plays, man. That's just dropping the ball, unforced errors.
3rd and 13.
Snap was good. Trying to hand it to Dede and just dropped it.
So it's going to be 3rd and 13 now for the Indians. One receiver each way. Drew Dials still in at quarterback. Dede Mares alongside him in the backfield.
That's got
Texas
free play.
High moved early. Dials able to find Zeke. Makes the grab. Pretty good pickup there.
Flag on the play.
And this is going to be
Zeke.
Interesting call here for Jacksonville. He's about a yard short of the first down.
He's about 5
short. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you want to take the down here, but it'd still be 3rd down and about 8, or 4th down and 5. See the call here. Zeke with a catch.
Defense, number 24, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Still 3rd down. Now it's 3rd and we'll call it 7. Let's see where they put it down. It's actually going to be a 3rd and 8.
It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Nice throw by Drew right there.
It was a really good throw from Drew.
Yep, had a lot of zing on it. Put it right where he needed to.
So after the penalty, 3rd and 8 now for Jacksonville. Dials going to hand this one off to Dede. Immediately wrapped up, gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Well, Jamario just cannot get that guy off of him. And, Coleman is doing his best right there, but he is just overwhelmed by Orlando Barnes right there, 235. And he wraps up Dede. So 4th down. Diaz is going to punt.
High snap. Diaz able to bring it down, gets it off. This one a high punt, going to be caught by Ball. Fair caught about the Texas High 32-yard line. .702 remaining here in the ball game. Texas High back onto the field. Worth McMillan in at quarterback. Number 22 for Texas High alongside, and one receiver each way for the Tigers. Handoff goes to 22 up the middle. Pretty good pickup there on first down.
Calvin Boyd with a tackle. Also Ty Lindsay coming up too.
Play 2nd down, 7.
Pick up a 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for Texas High, nearing the 6.5 minute mark. McMillan going to hand this one off up the middle. Another great tackle there.
Boyd.
For Boyd.
Yep, also Michael Miles.
Texas High does pick up the first down. Gaskin checks in at linebacker. Jaquillian Goodwin making his way off the field. And Texas High trying to close this one out. Letting the play clock run down pretty much every play right now. McMillan going to hand this one off around the left side. Good tackle there from Dorsey. Texas High got to pick up a couple. Looks like they're going to give him 3 on the play, so he's 2nd down and 7.
Well, you just want to get a stop right here for Jacksonville. Just get the ball back one more time and try to get what we're trying to get.
McMillan going to hand this one off.
Oh,
Michael
wow.
Miles immediately meets him in the backfield. Loss of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now.
Boy, Gaskin just came in and smoked the fullback who was blocking, and then Miles comes in and whew. That looked like Texas High's defense right there, didn't it? The way they've been playing.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, nice play by Jacksonville.
It's 3rd and 10. McMillan still in at quarterback. Alongside him, number 22 fakes the handoff. That pass is complete. Good for first down yardage. That one complete to number 28, who we do not have on our roster either.
And not bad coverage back there, but Brennan Richards looked like he was right there, or maybe that was Penn. Had good coverage right there, and he just made a great catch. Gets the first down.
3:40 and counting here left in the 4th quarter. McMillan going to hand this one off. 22 up the middle, going to pick up about 3. He's 2nd and 7.
Have motion on T-High.
Yeah, he moved the ball and didn't snap it. It should be a snap infraction.
Yeah. There, a good call, Ryan. Yep.
5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 12. Clock still rolling, 2:38 and counting. McMillan able to corral the snap. Handoff goes up the middle, not much there. I think they're going to mark him for no gain on the play.
Fumble recovered.
3rd down and 12.
That was a fumble on the play, and Texas High recovered it. And the big fella, haven't called him, I don't know where he's been, but the 6'7", 295 right offensive tackle, not a starter. He's in there now, 6'7", 295.
That's a big boy.
That is a large young man. I would not want the grocery bill on that guy. So T-High just milking the clock, taking their time. There's 2 on the play clock. And they're going to get called here for a late delay of game.
It's a delay game. We're back. Texas High up 5, so it'll be 3rd and 17 now. 1:42 remaining here.
Well, the official's telling him to start the clock, and the guy's not starting it. So now he does.
Millen sends a man in motion. Calvin Boyd meets him in the backfield. So it will be 4th and long here for Texas High.
Jacksonville not using a timeout right here to maybe try something, get some more points here.
And now it looks like they will call a timeout.
Yep.
So that'll stop the clock at 1:09. We'll take the timeout with them. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium, coming out of the timeout. 1:09 remaining here in the 4th quarter. We did just get an update from our statistician over here. Didi Mares currently at 34 yards on the night, 987 total. He needs 13 more yards to reach the 1,000-yard mark. Reitner on to punt this one away for Texas High. Pretty good snap back to him. High punt. Going to get a pretty good Texas High roll. Going to be down inside the Jacksonville 20. 57.7 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Well, when you got this amount of time left and he needs 13, I mean, I'm not sure Jacksonville's might be running the football here, but
Yeah, we got 2 timeouts left.
They got 2 left. So I'm not sure what the thought process is for the coaching staff. I can share that with y'all later, maybe. See what they call here. Drew's in the game at QB.
1 receiver each way for the Indians. Drew going to take the snap, hands it off to Didi, has some room to run. Didi going to pick up about 6. 50 seconds and counting now for Jacksonville. Jacksonville going to call a timeout.
Well, they're pushing it. Is Jacksonville trying to get him those yards? So what is that, 7 he needs now?
That's correct.
All right, 7 yards.
With the 6-yard pickup, that makes 40 yards on the night for Didi. 7 to go.
Well, you got 1 timeout. So, you know, what Jacksonville, their coaching staff was telling them to get up to the line of scrimmage and hurry, NASCAR it. And Jacksonville just didn't do it, so they decided to call that timeout.
I think timeout was probably a good call. Sometimes the NASCAR does not go our way. So 46.6 seconds remaining now. Handoff going to go to Didi. Has some room to run. A good pickup there from Didi and a face mask.
And a face mask. He got it. Is that, how many yards is that? Yeah, he got it. There we go. Little celebration for Didi right there, getting 1,000 yards.
great to hear the team celebrate with him. Offensive line goes over.
Coaches do. The coaches are hugging right now. It's a tough season, and you got to have something, some kind of star out there that you can look at that's a little brighter than what you've been going through the last few weeks. And they got it right there. Still getting fives from his teammates, Dede.
Yeah, always worth pointing out the offensive line when you get a rushing game milestone. This offensive line, a lot of turnover on the line coming into the year.
There goes Dede again up the left side. Going to pick up a few more on this play. Jacksonville now gets out across the 50 into Texas High territory. We got 20 seconds remaining. I think Jacksonville.
They're just going to line up.
They're
going to line up and let her go.
Texas High 48, Jacksonville 7. A reminder, Texas High will be on the road.
So Dede Mars gets the 1,000 yards, getting the hugs from his coaches, his teammates, and like I said, it's a great way to end an otherwise dismal season for Jacksonville, finishing 1-9. But hey, you got to hang your hat on something, and just the effort that Dede had all year long, all those carries, tough yards, just strong and kept after it. And yes, he did have some good offensive line blocking tonight. Was tough. We talked about that.
It was definitely tough.
Yeah, but just a great night.
Yeah, Dede going to finish with 56 yards, 1,009 yards total on the season.
Somebody had a sign up there with 1K on it holding it up. That's pretty cool. Guys, let's name our awards for the ball game tonight. Of course, the Bone Crusher hit of the game, there's no doubt about this. Our Bone Crusher hit of the game is sponsored by Dar Chiropractic. If your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar. He's JHS class of 1984. He's your hometown chiropractor. And if Dr. Dar was here, he would tell you that number 22 for Texas High needs to come see him because Calvin Boyd delivered the Bone Crusher hit of the game, more than one.
He did.
He had a couple, maybe three. Jacksonville Defensive Player of the Game, a guy that's finishing his career tonight. It's been a good one. Jordan Dorsey is your Austin Bank Defensive Player of the Game. Guys, I don't think there's any question who the Offensive Player of the Game is. Rushing for 1,009 yards on the season, the first 1,000-yard rusher for a running back for Jacksonville since 2006, 18 years ago. Dede Mares is your Austin Bank Offensive Player of the Game. Austin Bank, your community bank, locally owned and operated since 1900. I want to thank Austin Bank, Dar Chiropractic for sponsoring our Postgame awards each and every Friday night. We thank them for their sponsors. We thank all of our sponsors for supporting JISD Live and all of our student athletes all year long. Guys, I'll throw it back up to y'all for some stats until we get Jason Holman.
All right, thank you, Matt. Let's go ahead and take a look at some stats here for Jacksonville.
The Indians finished with passing Trent Clater, 3 completions on 7 attempts for 56 yards. Receiving Dante Simmons, 2 catches for 46. Drew Dials, 1 catch for 10 yards. Rushing, Dede had 27 carries for 56 yards. Drew had 8 carries for 25. Dante, 1 carry for 6. And that's all the individuals.
Important night for Dede Mares for sure. Gets over 1,000 yards on the season. It's exciting to see. This season has not gone the way that Jacksonville would have hoped for it to, but Dede Mares is definitely a bright spot here for this Jacksonville team this season.
Yeah, just a huge accomplishment for Dede and a big accomplishment for this offensive line. Like we mentioned earlier, his transition on the offensive line, a lot of new faces there this year. But in a lot of the games this year, they've blocked really well, and blocked really well against 8-man boxes for most of the year. Most of the teams, most of the opposing teams knew what Jacksonville wanted to do and loaded the box to stop the run, and Jacksonville still able to run the ball all year long, really, and
yeah, the last 2 weeks were tough.
Really tough.
You're playing
really
Mount
tough.
Pleasant. I think Matt said it before the game. They were probably one of the best O-lines we've seen all season, if not the best. And then you come in here against, top-ranked Texas High. they're top ranked for a reason.
They are.
There is no doubt about it. They've got weapons on offense. They were super quick on defense, especially the D-line. Very impressive tonight. And for Dede to get it done there, especially right at the end, you've only got 57 seconds, I think, when Jacksonville gets that ball back, able to use the timeouts effectively, get Dede across that 1,000-yard mark, and for him to just dig deep, understand that he needs only a few more yards to get to the 1,000-yard mark. I mean, that's just a great performance from Dede, and it's really exciting to see him have the success that he had this season.
Yeah, it's great to see the team celebrate him, the coaches, the rest of his classmates. Really great to celebrate that for Dede tonight. And, I mean, coming into the fourth quarter, he needed more yards than he had,
in the first,
through three,
through three.
Yeah. And so,
well, and we talked about it at halftime. I think he was at 25, 21, something like that. Loses quite a few yards there to start the second half, especially in the third quarter. So for him to get over 1,000 on the night is just a tremendous effort from Dede. And Matt, I'm going to go ahead and throw it down to you for your last conversation of the season with Coach Holman.
Well, I'm not going to interrupt his hugs and stuff. He's saying goodbye. It's special for him. His son's a senior.
Yeah.
And, this is his last game that his son will play in high school, and he's just going around hugging some of the seniors, his classmates that he's coached, and I want to give him that moment and let him do that. So giving Dede a hug right there, had a chance to go up and hug Dede. He's in tears. He's happy. Teammates just really proud of him for sticking it out and working hard every week. I mean, it's tough getting 1,000 yards in this district, and some of the teams they played in the pre-district. That's something he can hang his hat on, and his offensive line can always say, we may not have been very good our senior year in our record, but we had a guy get 1,000 yards, first guy in 18 years to get it, running back. So Coach Holman's still getting some hugs in here. Appreciate that. You always like to see those relationships that you build, and during the season and even in tough times, there's been a lot of choice words between players, teammates, coaches, and the players. I mean, and all that goes out the window when you're having your last game like this. You just feel the love, man, last time you get to do it. So I'm just going to kind of let him find me here in just a moment, and maybe I can get him over here. As it's, like I said, it's tough for him to say goodbye to a lot of these guys because third year here in Jacksonville, and his son's been a part of it. So, guys, we're not getting out of here too late, maybe. 10 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, by the time we get all packed up and close the stream out and everything, it'll probably be close to 1 o'clock by the time we get back.
Well, they got some time on the clock, as you see up there. That Lee was looking at the clock earlier. I mean, I think that's when they're going to turn the lights off. So.
Well, you got 13 minutes to get up here.
Yeah, I got 13 minutes to get up here. Before
we're talking about this late arrival to get back in town. I sure am glad I'm not driving. That would be terrible. Can you imagine?
I know.
Golly.
Well, the sad thing is you got an old man driving for you. Hey, we got Coach Holman here. Coach, I didn't want to bother you. I know you're saying so long to your seniors, and it's really special for you. I know your son's a senior, and it's bittersweet. You've been with these guys for 3 years now, including your son, and I love the way they finished. I'm happy for Dede. I'm happy for the offensive line and the offense as a whole for him getting those 1,000 yards. First time in 18 years running backs got it, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, small victories. When things don't go your way, you got to take the small victories, and that was one we wanted to make sure we took. I just told these guys, go out and do something great. They got so much ahead of them, so much ability and, the ability to do some great things, and that's what we want to see them do. And we're always here for them. This is their family, so want to let them know that.
And we talked about, it's one thing to play football and get out of it and everything, but we're more interested in what these young men are going to become, the fathers, the husbands, the people in the community, and that's what a big part of this is all about. I know that's what you've preached to the kids. I hear you doing that, and we appreciate that, and that is a big part of it, is who they're going to become.
Oh, that's right. And, to the naked eye, based on the season, the results, you don't necessarily understand that or see that, but I've seen these young men grow up for 3 years now and, dedicate themselves to something. And, gosh, they stuck with it. They fought all the way through, and I'm proud of them.
Coach, I'm not going to keep you. I want you to celebrate with your team or at least be with them here in the last night. Thank you for doing all these interviews all year long. You've always been gracious in doing it through thick and thin. I want to thank All Smiles for sponsoring all these. We appreciate you for talking with us.
Thank you. We appreciate you, Matt.
Coach Jason Holman, guys, that's a wrap here for 2024 here on Tiger Field. Thank y'all for all y'all have done this year. JSD Live, appreciate you, Lee Trailer. I'm going to throw it back to y'all.
All righty. Thank you, Matt. Well, I think that's about going to do it here tonight from Tiger Stadium. So on behalf of Todd Travis, Matt Montgomery, and Lee Trailer, I'm Ryan Travis. Thank you for joining us tonight for all the action from Texarkana. We hope you enjoyed the coverage of Jacksonville Fighting Indian football this season on JISD Live, and we'll be back in a few weeks as Lee Trailer and I will be joining you for Fighting Indian and Maiden basketball from John Alexander Gymnasium. Until next season,